York Revolution is on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball is brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine, PeoplesBank, Shipley Energy, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Maple Donuts, Harvey's Rental, Flying Feet, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Broadway Transmission, Dasher Investment Services, Smith Wealth Advisory Group, Royal Manchester Golf Links, Dutch Apple Dinner Theater, York County Bar Association, Lidl, CBD Supply MD York, Crunch Fitness, Columbia Gas, York County Solid Waste Authority, PSECU, and by the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Deep left center, it is gone! Swing and a miss, he struck him out! Base hit! Revs win!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darrell Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from PeoplesBank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 4 of York Revolution Baseball and the opening weekend series finale as the York Revolution play host to the High Point Rockers. A gorgeous night for baseball here in York on this Memorial Day evening. Darrell Henry alongside Ray Jensen. Welcome back to Revs Baseball. York going for the opening weekend split here tonight, and we don't ask for much, but 75 degrees and clear is one of the things that we kind of did ask for coming into this opening weekend. When we saw the opening dates a while back, it certainly was nowhere close to that the first 2 nights, but it is gorgeous, absolutely picture perfect here tonight. And Ray, the Revs could use a win after getting swept in the doubleheader yesterday. They had a clean performance on opening night Saturday for the most part. Little rough in some areas yesterday, and looking to tighten that up with Austin Steinfurt making his season debut here tonight.
Yeah, certainly unfortunate we're not able to get a win in either of the 2 games on Sunday, Darrell, but I did like the Revs' offense at times. They had a flurry of offense in the early part of Game 1, and then later in Game 2 as well. Though in the 7th inning, the Revs showed some fight, which was the most important part as the 11-4 defeat. But I like the Revs' early offense. It's just got to keep it going more consistently throughout the game. And I'll say even though Duke in Game 1 struggled a bit in the first 2 innings, he locked in from there. He got better as the game went on. Austin nicely did his best to avoid the big inning. So I think they'll get better in their next 2 starts, but agreed, Steinfurt, he's been good on the mound before for York, and I trust him to do the same here today.
Revs 1-2 coming into this one. They'll be heading out on the road for a 9-game road trip after tonight's game, and this is the first home Memorial Day game since 2016 when the Revs beat Somerset on a Josh Wilson walk-off single 5 years ago. It's Austin Steinfurt against High Point lefty Bryce Hensley here tonight. And coming up on our pregame show, a special pregame feature interview with Revs bullpen coach Sandy DeLeon. Tonight is part 1 of 2. We'll have the second part tomorrow night from Gastonia, but we'll hear from Sandy coming up, and he was a frontline nurse in New York City. He is a registered nurse, retired from it, but he was one of the ones brought back from retirement to fight COVID in the hospitals in New York City a year ago. So we'll hear from Sandy about his experience, a really unique conversation with him, as it always is, even if you're just saying hi to him. But really enjoyed that revealing chat earlier today. So stay tuned for that. We'll hear from Mace coming up here shortly as well. Holiday baseball on this Memorial Day evening, a beautiful night here in York on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make our communities great, and to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Welcome back. Pre-game from PeoplesBank Park tonight as the Revs host the High Point Rockers Memorial Day evening, and that is normally a day that we look back at those lost in the armed services, but certainly this year a lot of Americans and a lot of people lost around the globe for unfortunately some other terrible reasons. And one of the guys that was on the front lines is on our coaching staff, Sandy De Leon. And Sandy, welcome. It's great to be back at the ballpark. Before we get into all the stuff from the past year, how great is it for you to be back in this environment again?
Oh, it's very exciting that we got baseball coming back after the 608 days. It's good to be out back on the field, smelling the grass, seeing the baseball, swinging the bat, just being around the fellas, being locked down for over 608 days without baseball.
Your voice at BP has not missed a beat. I can assure people of that.
Well, I was still at home in the lockdown situation, yelling, keeping my voice tuned up for the season. We had to do something to pass our time.
Yeah. Is there ever any reason, 1 out, 2 out at home, or group 2, group 3 with your family? Do you ever group anybody at home for any reason?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, if I wanted something and it wasn't cooked right, I would tell my girlfriend, hey, it's 1 out. You're going to be out soon.
It's just great. Well, a year ago, what were you doing? I mean, I get this is late May, so, but yeah, a year ago at this time, where were you?
Well, a year ago at this time, I was actually ended up catching COVID after working on the front lines in the beginning when it first started, where people really didn't know or realize what this virus was. And at the same time, trying to figure out what am I going to do after they called all frontline workers. They asked for all nurses, all doctors, retired doctors, and any nurses that was available.
For those that don't know, what is your background in medicine?
Well, I graduated from Rockland Community College. I got my associates in science in medical. And that pertained to be a nurse. And I ended up working as a trauma nurse. That's what I've been doing since I graduated from college, as a trauma nurse.
At Mount Sinai, right?
Yeah, Mount Sinai Hospital. Yes,
yeah.
Mount Sinai Hospital. That's where I was working at there. For the epidemic also, that's where I worked at when they called all essential workers to come in, that could help in the front line.
Was that an every baseball offseason thing for you that you would go back?
Yeah, I would do it every off and on, depending, because sometimes once the season ended, I would go down to the Dominican Republic, relax, and take it easy. Or I would work a couple of months in the hospital, working with patients.
So what, in a normal situation, pre-COVID, what would be like the worst thing you would see?
Predominantly maybe heart attacks, incidents like stabbing, shootings, car accidents, stuff like that. But any type of trauma to the body, that's what I was dealing with.
And when did you first get called in last year to help with this?
Well, it was after February when the pandemic hit that they really didn't realize what it was. And after when a lot of people was getting sick and dying, they called. Sometime it was like in the month of March where they asked for all medical staff, which was, like I said, retired doctors, all medical, because my license for the state of New York, so they wanted everybody that had some type of nursing or a doctor to come in.
Okay, that is part one of our interview with Sandy, a little bit of his background. Tomorrow night we really get into what the experience was like, and you won't want to miss it. Tomorrow night's pregame at 6:30 with first pitches in Gastonia at 6:50. Right now, we'll take a time out, hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants of a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace, so Saturday night, pretty clean effort. Yesterday, kind of marred by mistakes here and there, but quite honestly, does that have to be a little bit of a reasonable expectation? I mean, some guys haven't played certainly at this level in almost 2 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the series to this point, right, I mean, 3 innings have been the difference in 3 games. I mean, we scored 5 runs in 1 inning the first night, and then they scored 6 in 1 inning and 5 in 1 inning yesterday. So every game has had a big inning, but unfortunately, we've only had 1 of those 3, and they've had 2 of them. But you know, when you look at everything across the board, our middle infielders that played the last couple games, right, all 3 games actually, you know, Josh Vitters, even though he's made some really nice plays there, his footwork at second base, you know, we got to work on that. He's a third baseman. And we had Calixte and Twine signed 2 days before the opener. So that's a big league and a AAA shortstop and second baseman. Do you lose 2 days before the season starts? So even the guys that we brought in, Figuera and, you know, Dundon, he's just got in here, and those guys were sitting at home. Today was actually the first live batting practice those guys had with our club since they've been here. So we did some early work around second base, you know, today, but I mean, we're not going to put the finger on anybody. I mean, everybody out there trying hard, just not enough reps. I mean, that's the bottom line, not enough reps. So we did some early work today. I thought pitching-wise, we've had some good efforts. We've had some not-so-good efforts. But, you know, the effort is there. It's just the results haven't been always what we wanted.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and we're working with 2 new catchers.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, there's that thing of getting on the same page too. So, all early in the season, you know, things that you go through. So not really a big deal.
Yeah, that's where I was going next. Your 2 starting pitchers yesterday kind of ran into trouble at the end of their outings, and of course you've got to walk the fine line of trying to get them built up and everything. What do you think of where they are at this point and where they need to be?
You know, actually, for pitch count, if you're just going to base it on pitch count, I think we're further ahead maybe than any other year, which is a tribute to these guys, and it also is part of the reason that we came to camp a month later this year. So usually when you get here at the beginning of April for camp, your starting pitchers are looking at like 50 pitches, game type if you're lucky, unless they came from spring training, you know. But this year there wasn't a whole lot of people that came from spring training because they didn't take a whole lot of people to spring training in affiliated ball, and that's why you see so many signings right now out of our league and the American Association in particular. So. Yeah, we got a lot of guys that actually did a good job of building themselves up to handle pitch counts. I mean, the first night Alex went 80-some, close to 90. Duke was 80-some yesterday afternoon, and I think that Nicely was pretty much right around 80, also maybe even a little more. So for first outings, that's good. I mean, that we can get there. And the other part of it now is with this double hook rule, you know, we don't want to send pitchers to home plate, but, you know, if you're getting beat up and you don't want to give up a bench player, especially maybe to lead an inning off or something like that. So situations will determine, I guess, whether we let the pitcher walk up there and just stand with the bat. I told Rivera, I was like, don't even swing. I mean, you don't even swing. I'd rather him not swing than tear an oblique. Right? Yeah. I mean, so, you know, I mean, just stand there and take 3 pitches right down the middle and we'll go to the next guy. I mean, so it's going to be a lot of adjustments with these rules, but, you know, overall, I thought we've hit the ball pretty well. But, you know, hitting goes up and down, peak and valley. We talk about that all the time, too. So. it's 3 games in and it's 3 games in 2 days, and not the greatest of conditions weather-wise. No. So no, we're just smiling, and we'll just keep grinding at it. That's all.
I guess you probably have to consider that also with, like, for instance, Bell's debut yesterday. I mean, it's 50 degrees, it's nasty, it's his first game at this level, and he showed certainly potential. What kind of went wrong for him yesterday? He's got a chance to rebound here in just a couple of days already.
Exactly. Like I say, I think the effort was there, and he can throw enough quality pitches. But I think what you saw happen, especially yesterday in both games, were we were behind in the count a lot. And when you're behind in the count at this time of the year, and the pitchers are having to go to their fastball more, and I didn't see enough of doubling up of pitches and stuff like that either. I just think we were hard, soft, and we were getting in a pattern, and I think they were noticing that as well. And we talk about it, but when guys go out there, they want to throw a certain pitch in a certain situation, but it's a feeling out process right now. And there's a lot of new players in the league this year too. So a lot of times, as soon as you see somebody's lineup, you have a book on everybody. You have a book on the pitcher, on the hitter. But I mean, look at our team. We got 6 guys here from 2019. Yeah. So when we're playing these games, we're trying to get a book on these other teams too. So it's
not a lot of balls in play against Westfall yesterday. What did he look different to you in any way from when you had him in relief versus now?
Well, command was better. The velocity was the same, but his off speed was better. And even when we used him as a relief pitcher, when he had command of the off speed to go with that 90-plus fastball, I mean, he was devastating on teams. And unfortunately for us, he was devastating for multiple innings yesterday. But you got to tip your cap. I mean, he threw the hell out of the ball, and I mean, he used his breaking ball, and he could flip it right in there yesterday when he needed to, kind of like Rivera, right? Yeah. Rivera, he's blowing that fastball in there. Then all of a sudden, I think he threw 3 breaking balls in a row to Mitch. Yeah. And it was like, good morning, good afternoon, and see you. I mean, it's just, you stand there and tip your cap. So it's fun to be back at the ballpark. And, these former players of ours, they did a good job for us. And then they went to other leagues and played. And, then somehow people find their way back into our league. So Luke did a good job against us yesterday. And I don't think anybody could have handled him yesterday.
It's like the circle of baseball life at this level. And tonight you've got Sanford DHing. Do you want to rotate that DH spot so that somebody isn't getting shortchanged at bats night after night with the double hook?
I do, and I think it's important to see some of our other guys, actually play the game. Like I want to see Dotel actually play. I don't want him to get 2 at bats or especially early in the year. I mean. Who knows how far starting pitching is going to go. So we're going to rotate that a little bit just to give everybody a chance to play, and in the field and DH. So, I'll try to most of my rotation of DH will probably be right field, center field, and middle infield. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But, guys that normally play those positions. And then we'll see what happens. We really can't. We can never DH a catcher. I mean, unless I'm going to be, making double switches all day long. And you need an extended bench to make a lot of double switches. So, we'll see what happens. But right now, we can basically make 2 switches or 2 pinch hits, and we have to keep the backup catcher available. Just, if something were to happen to the starting catcher that day.
Lastly, Steinfurt tonight. How's he look to you through camp? Couple of weeks here that we've been together.
We're working. He's improved a lot of things since 2019. His velocity, definitely, he's improved that. Even Caleb Gindel from the Barnstormers came up to me after the one exhibition game, and he said, when he went on the mound, I'm thinking change up, off speed. He said, but his fastball got on me pretty good. So to Austin's credit, he has increased velocity between seasons, and we're still working a little bit on command, but the last time he pitched here in a game that meant anything, he did really well in relief. So hopefully we can pick up with that tonight.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Revs have taken the field for tonight's game. Our starting lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. For High Point, it'll be Cesar Trejo in center field leading things off. James McGowan in left field hits second. Logan Morrison, first baseman, bats third. Hitting cleanup and playing third base is Michael Russell. Jared Mitchell in right field hits fifth. Logan Moore does the catching and bats sixth. Edwin Arroyo, second baseman, hitting seventh. Jared Edmondson, the DH, bats eighth. And Giovanni Alfonso at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, it's Trejo, McGowan, Morrison, Russell, Mitchell, Moore, Arroyo, Edmondson, and Alfonso. They've got lefty Bryce Hensley making the start. That lineup facing Austin Steinfurt, and the Revs lineup behind Austin tonight. It's Darian Sanford DHing and leading things off. Wellington Dotel in right field hits second. Melky Mesa in left field batting third. Nelly Rodriguez at first base is hitting cleanup. Carlos Franco, the third baseman, bats fifth. Josh Vitters at second base is hitting sixth. Rashad Crawford will play center field tonight and bat seventh. Tyler Hill behind the plate is hitting eighth. And Chris Vasquez at shortstop is hitting ninth. Again, Sanford, Dotel, Mesa, Rodriguez, Franco, Vitters, Crawford, Hill, and Vasquez for the Revs here tonight. And as we get things started tonight, who's that in right field? Making his pro debut, retired state representative and Pennsylvania Auditor General Eugene D. Pasquale, who's been signed to a one-day contract. And he was instrumental in helping to bring baseball to York, securing the funding for PeoplesBank Park. He had always dreamed of playing professional baseball, and since retiring from the Pennsylvania Auditor General position, the Revs will help him fulfill that dream for one pitch here tonight, and then Wellington Dotel will take his place as Cesar Trejo digs in to get things started. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch here tonight on the way, and it is over for a strike, and we are underway at 6:31 as Dotel heads out into right field. And Eugene D. Pasquale comes off. Big high five with the glove for Dotel as they trade spots. Now, the question is, did that pitch count? The board does not have it up. It counted for Mr. D. Pasquale, who is surrounded and given high fives in the dugout as Steinford now delivers, and there is a called strike. And we are underway. We'll call it 6:32 now. And it's 0-1 on Trejo, who's been a real problema as Steinford delivers a strike down at the knees. That was probably about as low as TrackMan will give. We'll take it. It's 0-2 on Trejo, who is 6 for 11. One off the league lead in hits. Homered yesterday, 5 runs, leads the league. Pitch is just outside. Good spot. Revs in the home whites tonight. High Point is in their two-tone charcoal-ish tops. Charcoal toward the bottom, white toward the top. Yellow numbers, letters, red trim. And the pitch, it is scraped foul back against the backstop. Trejo's .545 average is 7th in the league coming in. He's been on base all the time. 6 hits, 2 walks, couple steals in the first 3 games. Steinfurt to the plate, and it runs outside. 2-2.
And he's been really pesky leading off innings, Daryl. 3 of his 6 hits have come leading off a frame.
Steinfurt trying to prevent a 4th. He deals, and it's high and tight. I went from ahead to a full count now. Derek Moshe behind the plate is being told what to call. P.J. McConville at first, Nate Caldwell at third tonight. It is a gorgeous night. Could not be better. Here's the payoff. And a foul tip back to the screen. We'll do it again. Fastball at 90. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. 72 degrees. The board here says 75 with the sun hitting it. And hardly a cloud. Just a little trace of white here and there, all blue otherwise. Pitch to Trejo, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Austin Steinfurt starts his season with a K and keeps that man off the bases. One away. Steinfurt back in 2019, 3-1 with a 5.33 ERA for York. 6 outings, 5 starts. Through the first 4 starts, his ERA was 2.53. And he won 3 of those first 4. Here's James McGowan, who lays off high, the left-hand hitter.
Certainly saw plenty of strikeouts from Steinfurt in the spring. 6 strikeouts against Lancaster in an exhibition game.
Now winds and deals, and a swing and a foul straight back, upstairs, and then it'll bound back down. This is our first kind of normal night, although Memorial Day, very special, had special pregame ceremonies as part of that, but opening night always different. Yesterday, a doubleheader. Here's the pitch, and it misses high. And finally, the weather that we dreamed of for opening Memorial Day weekend when we saw the schedule come out. A good crowd on hand as a result. Here's a fastball that is just up and away. That didn't miss by much. 3-1 on McGowan, who's 3 for 11 with a double and 3 driven in. All 3 came in game 1 yesterday. Steinfurt the pitch. It is down low. So a strikeout and a walk to begin the proceedings. Steinfurt, back in 2019, his first 4 starts, he gave up only 3 hits in all 4, going varying lengths, at least 4 2/3 in all of those. As deep into a game as 6, he went 6 scoreless in his debut, beating Southern Maryland 3-0 August of that year. Here is Logan Morrison. First pitch to the lefty, swings and misses. Steinfurt kept that one down and took a little off of it.
Steinfurt sure did love pitching against the Blue Crabs, held them scoreless in both times he saw them.
This is the first time that he ever faces High Point. The walks is what he struggled with. 3 times that year he walked 5. He deals, and a shot past first. Rodriguez dove, it's into right, near the line. McGowan on his way to third base. Dotel will toss in. And they're at the corners with 1 out. Logan Morrison with a hot shot hit past the sprawling first baseman. And Morrison now 3 for 7 to begin his season.
And credit to the Revs pitching staff, because really they've been keeping Morrison in check. Not a lot of hard contact, but that was by far the hardest hit ball he's had in this series.
The Rockers are hitting .283, held to 5 hits the first night, but had 10 and 11 in the 2 games yesterday. Now, first and third, Tyler Hill will come out, give the signals in case Morrison would try anything on the bases. And Hill either, his reaction, he either forgot to give them or, I'm not sure if, you looked a little confused, but I assume we're all on the same page. First pitch to Michael Russell is right down the middle for a strike. Russell 3 for 10, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, is just 2 off the league lead. He's off to a good start. Leo 1, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there, had him fooled.
Played both of those doubles. He had came in game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader in back-to-back plate appearances.
Russell, who's been to AAA with Tampa Bay. Here's the stretch and the 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball deep left field. Mesa is back to the track at the nemesis. Jumps and he makes a great grab. It's going to score a run, but what a play. Throw to first. Oh, man, it hit Morrison in the top of the helmet and ricochets into the dugout, or it would have been a double play. Unbelievable. It's a sac fly. And why is Morrison going to third? He was on his way back to first base. He should be at second, right? A great play from Mesa. It's a sac fly to deep left, and he crashed into the Kevin Smith sign as he saved a world of trouble. And rather than potentially an RBI double or a two-run double, it's a sac fly. And Mace coming out now, and they are going to... Okay, Russell is standing at first. He wasn't sure if it was caught or not. And they are signaling that he is out, so he's going back to the dugout, but Morrison was on his way back to first. I don't know why he's getting two bases on that.
My guess would be they're assuming he advances on the sac fly, which I would doubt he would, and then get an extra base on the throwing error back in from the outfield.
I don't get that.
That's just my best educated guess.
Well, here's Mitchell, and he takes a fastball for a strike. It is 1-0 High Point, and a great play from Mesa, and it was almost a double play, and it was not a bad throw from, I think, Vasquez, who relayed it.
I believe they put the error on Nelly.
For saying he didn't catch a good throw. I don't know about that. That deflected off the helmet. But at any rate, curveball misses high, 1-1. And the throw to first was good had it not deflected off the very tip of his helmet. Went into the dugout. Here's the 1-1. Curveball, that stays high.
And Morrison's a big dude to try to throw around, standing at 6'3".
Yeah. If he was 6'2", they would have been out of the inning.
Isn't football a game of inches?
Yeah. The 2-1 fastball, that is right over, and it's a called strike. Good spot. Steinford facing Mitchell for the first time. Trying to hold him to 1 run. Here's the stretch, the 2-2. And it's in the dirt. Hill slides over to get in front. Full count. Had to slide hard to his right. Well, the Rockers have struck first, but Steinford trying to prevent the multi-run inning. Runner at third, 2 outs. He's ready. And the payoff pitch, it is high and away. The second walk of the inning. I think the entire league has kind of struggled with walks here in the early going with, again, a lot of these guys haven't played, at least not much, and certainly not at this level in the better part of 2 years. Now, there's one team that hasn't walked any, Southern Maryland. Here's Logan Moore, the K-man. First pitch in the dirt, and Hill makes the block. Southern Maryland's only walked 6 in 3 games. Everybody else has walked at least 10, and that's Long Island in 2 games. Beyond that, everybody at least 12. Gastonia 24, Lancaster 21, although they've played 4 games. 1-0 to Moore. In the dirt, and Hill again got just enough of it. And I have an email. 2 balls and no strikes. So I'll get around to closing that.
Well, you don't struggle with that as much as poor Dave Collins over in Lancaster.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness, we heard his entire itinerary.
He was popular. There goes Mitchell, pitches high and away. Hill throws it down on a hop, and it's handled by Vasquez. No tag, and Morrison stays at third. It's a steal for Mitchell. Vasquez had to handle that toward the shortstop side of second. So a good job to not try to force a rush tag that would have been late anyway. Just make sure you keep that in the infield. 3-0 on Moore. The pitch, it is up high. The third walk of the inning. And back-to-back after he had 2 outs. The base is loaded for Edwin Arroyo, and Tyler Hill will spend the first visit tonight and head out to chat with Steinfurt, who's now up to 28 pitches here in the first inning all of a sudden. Thought he had a chance to get through this inning relatively efficiently. So here's Arroyo. He's 3 for 9, 2 driven in. He's walked 3 times, struck out 3. And Steinfurt with the pitch. It is line right center base hit. Morrison scores. Here comes Mitchell. Moore on his way to third, and it's a 3-run first inning for High Point. 3-0 the lead. Steinfurt trying to get one over. With the bases loaded after the third walk, and left one hittable for Arroyo, who drives in his 3rd and 4th here on the season.
We've seen Arroyo do damage to the bases loaded before. It was back in Game 1 of Sunday's doubleheader, and it's a 2-run base hit, just like this instance.
Now 1st and 3rd, here is Jared Edmondson, the DH. First pitch from Steinfurt, that misses a little bit high. The Rockers coming in tonight have scored the 2nd most runs in the league. Yesterday's doubleheader accounting for that. The 1-0 and a swing and a foul tip into Hill's mitt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Edmondson 0 for 2, a walk, 2 strikeouts in the early going this season. The 1-1, and that misses high and away. Now fires. And that missed in the same spot. 3 balls, 1 strike. Back home, and it's high and away. 4th walk of the inning. And 4 straight of reach since he got the 2nd out. This will bring the 9th hitter of the inning to the plate. As Giovanni Alfonso, rounding out their lineup tonight, will bat. He is 3 for 10 with 2 driven in. 3-0 lead. And Steinfurt fires. First pitch is down low. Command is obviously the big thing they've been working on with him. Just his 2nd pro season. Now the 1-0. And it misses away. Gotta have a strike. He deals. And it's not. It's a little bit high, evidently. 3-0. Trying to get the feel back. Nowhere to put him. Pitch is right down the middle, and it's ball 4 for some reason. Evidently high. And the 5th walk of the inning forces home the 4th run of the inning. 4-0, High Point leading here in the first. And we go back to the top of the order, Cesar Trejo, who struck out to begin this thing. Could use another one of those. First pitch, that's high. That is the 39th pitch of this first inning. Now 5 straight have reached, 4 walks and a single. 1-0, that's very high. Well, it's a lonely feeling out there when you just don't have the feel for it. Billy Horn, coaching at first, has been holding everybody's gear. They had to send the bat boy all the way around to get it back. Here's a swing and a miss. Trejo swinging for the fences, comes up empty, 2-1. Now delivers, and it is high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And again is back to the wall with the bases full. He deals, and it is up and outside, ball 4. Oh, the 6th walk of the inning. And another one forced home, makes it 5-0. The Rockers with their 3rd consecutive game having an inning of at least 5 runs. I think Mace is asking Derek Moshe if he might be able to make a visit to see if Steinfurt's okay here. Oh, you know what? Nope, he's going to spend the team's 2nd visit, but as far as the coach coming to the mound, it's only the 1st visit this inning, so he can still do that. Tyler Hill made the 1st visit. Well, it's been a rough start, but can't feel any worse than it does for Steinfurt right now. Just trying to find it again.
Yeah, we've mentioned he's struggled with walks before, but not to this extent and to this quickly. I'm going to extend it that with just 6 walks in this opening frame.
Revs as a staff had walked 15 in the first 3 games. High Point, by comparison, 17. And here is James McOwen, who takes one in the dirt. He walked and scored the first run earlier in this inning. This is going to be at least a 45-pitch first inning, the 1-0. And that one is over, it looked like, but apparently high. Two balls, no strikes. And deals, and a swing and a pop-up foul straight back. One thing with Steinfurt, when he's in the strike zone, he has not given up many hits during his time with York. And that previous pitch, StatCast showing it was like 2 ball heights above the strike zone. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a pop-up, straight back, foul and out of play. Though his first 4 starts ever with York, 21 in the 3rd innings, just 12 hits. And in total last year, or 2019, 27 innings, just 22 hits in the regular season, but command is the thing. He deals and misses high, 3-2. Now he's had 3 straight walks, 6 this inning. And the payoff pitch, it is high. 6-0. McGowan walks for the 2nd time this inning. Here's Logan Morrison, who singled earlier in the frame. First pitch is in the dirt. Hill able to save that one, but it's got to be a really lonely feeling out there right now. That was the 50th pitch of the inning. Now the 1-0, that's high and wide. Carlos Castro heading down to loosen somebody up. Revs had 6 relievers on the card tonight. Paredes, Fry, Fuller from the left. Rivera, Rossman, Vargas from the right. Rodriguez has pitched back-to-back days. Bell being saved for Wednesday. Here's a ground ball pulled foul. And that makes it 2-1. So 2 of the guys that they did have listed in previous games are not. They're a little bit short already. Now Steinford to the belt, the 2-1, and it's high and tight. Morrison falls down to a knee. Rough start. Now the 3-1, and it's up and away. Ball 4, and it's 7-0. We'll have the 13th hitter of the inning. Michael Russell, who had that sac fly. Melky made a great play on, but nobody's been retired since. First pitch fastball. It's a strike on the outside corner. 8 straight have reached. Now the 0-1, and that misses down low. He deals and nails the outside corner this time, 1-2. The biggest inning ever against the Revs in a first inning was 9. That was at Long Island in 2011. There's the 1-2 pitch, and it is up and in. Cutter missed. Yeah, that was the game that the Revs scored 5 in the first, gave up 9 in the bottom of the first. 2011. 2-2, and it's high for ball 3. A 60th pitch of the first inning is coming up. And here it is. It is swung on, popped in the air, second base. Vitters ranges out, shallow right center, squeezes it, and the inning is over. High Point scores 7 in the first on 2 hits, 8 walks. There was 1 error, and the bases left loaded. And at the end of a half inning, it's the Rockers 7, the Revs coming up.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission again, and this time I have things on my mind, like warranty and service after the repair. You already know Broadway Transmission has been part of the community for 67 years at the same location. But did you know that in that time, your county has seen many transmission shops close its doors like
Amco,
Atomic,
Clutch and Go,
Dr. Transmission,
Cottonin,
York County Transmission,
Winters,
Goodlings,
Lee Miles,
A1.
What grinds my gears about these closings are the customers are left with no warranty. Stop! Don't make that same mistake. Broadway Transmission has over 40,000 transmission jobs under our belt, and we are still here today standing behind our famous 3-year warranty. We kid around a lot on our ads, but nothing is funny about having no warranty when you need it. Avoid that risk with the only smart choice in all of your county and stop by Broadway Transmission today. Broadway Transmission will get your ship together and stand behind it too. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
I felt like my well-being was tied to the morning stock numbers. I wanted to invest, but grew tired of the stress of potential losing it all. A A friend of mine suggested I talk to Tom Dasher about a fixed indexed annuity that could be a stable option while still seeing potential growth. Tom has been helping folks here in York County for over 30 years. Give him a call at 717-487-2096 to see if he can assist you.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
This is Tyler Hill. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Well, the Revs in a bit of a hole as they come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Left-hander Bryce Hensley, the pitcher for High Point tonight, and spotted a 7-0 lead. Darian Sanford will lead things off. Sanford yesterday, his first stolen base with York, and come to find out he was cramping, and that's why he was down. We were afraid he was hurt. Corners are in. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a called strike at the knees. He is off to a 1-for-12 start. 5 strikeouts, but did get his first steal. Pitch, he swings and he grounds it just foul past the bag at third. And he said he was cramping like his entire body, but he thought he could steal, and when he was almost at second, his other cramp started to other calf started to cramp up, so he just laid there. 0-2, and he swings, taps it softly. He's going to dig at third. Russell, bare hands, can't make a play. Sanford's got his second Revs hit. It's an infield hit, and the leadoff man is on. I got all night to come back, right, Ray? All night.
That's a fair point. Taking a look at Sanford, and he looks all right after absolutely hustling out that infield hit. No cramps there.
Here is Dotel, who will not be DHing for the first time. Mace doesn't want the same guy to be lifted due to the... Oh no, you know what I just thought of. Oh, here's Dotel. First pitch fastball, that's a little bit low. I mean, Steinford threw how many in the first? If he's lifted, Sanford's going to get like one at bat tonight.
Was going to mention that, yeah. Glad you said it.
Jeez. It's the 1-0. That's inside.
You know how I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do next inning. They had bullpen activity. It looked like it might have sort of kind of continued after the third out, but there isn't any right now. 2-0, that is in the dirt. Dotel off to a 2-for-8 start. Apparently the count is actually 2-1. Hensley deals, and a ground ball the other way. Base hit right field. Sanford second, he'll stop there. Mitchell juggles. First and second, nobody out, and Dotel takes advantage of the open side of the infield, going the other way for his third hit of the year. Now the first two on, and here comes Melky. Had a feeling that top of the first inning might go pretty well with that play that he made against the wall and left, but 7 runs later, the Revs are in a crater here early in this one, but the first 2 men on. And Mesa digs in. The first pitch, it is in tight. He is 3 for 12 with a double, a triple, and an RBI so far. Hensley, who's from Asheville, North Carolina, the lefty deals, and it's off the plate away. And he is a country music singer. Last year during the canceled season, he used his time off to record his first single. He's going to open for a concert later this year. He deals, and a swing and a foul tip back. Good rip from Melky on that fastball at 90.
Well, hopefully by the end of tonight, if all goes swimmingly, he'll be singing the blues. Got a lot of work to do, though.
Yes, they do. On the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball toward the middle. It's short. It's cut off. Alfonso runs through the bag and throws to first. Double play. 6-3 double play. Sanford goes to third with 2 down, and that's exactly what Hensley could have used right there. That's how Jake Petrichka ended the game yesterday. Double play from Melky. The Rockers have turned their first 2 double plays this season now in consecutive innings off Melky's bat, both to shortstop. 9th or a 7th inning last night, 1st inning today. Here's Nelly with Sanford at third and 2 outs. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Rodriguez off to a good start. 5 for 9, a home run, 2 doubles, 3 ribbies. Paces the circuit in OPS through 3 games. Here's the 1-0. Fastball over the outer half, called strike.
He started 3 for 4 for runner in scoring position.
Revs as a team, 278 in that department, not bad. 1-1, swinging a high fly foul the other way and right and out of play.
Even his foul balls go a long way, Daryl.
Yeah.
My goodness.
All he has to do is touch it, and it'll fly. Hensley with the 1-2. Breaking ball, chopped down toward third near the line. Russell plants, long throw from foul ground, gets him. On the high bouncer, he gloved it, set his feet just across the line, and made the long throw. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. And we'll go to the second. It's 7-0 High Point.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running. Flying feet. Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
7-0 High Point. We go to the second inning. Had 7 runs on just 2 hits and 8 walks in the first. Revs do start the second inning with bullpen activity. Jared Mitchell leads off, and Steinford misses the outside corner. It was a 60-pitch first inning on the nose. He deals, and Mitchell was backing out. Pitch is low, and evidently it counted. And time was not called. He was just backing out for some reason. Oh no, time was called. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's across for a called strike. Now fires, and a swing and a pop-up foul, sailing back toward the roof, and out of play. Steinfurt, who was ahead of a couple hitters early, but in that first inning of the 60 pitches, only 22 were strikes. He deals, and a swing and a smack to first. One hop, Nelly's got it, and he'll take it to the bag himself. One away. That'll bring up Logan Moore. Mace giving Steinfurt a chance to stay in. Got to have some innings from your starter. First pitch to Moore is high, but he does. I'm not sure who he's got up, but they do have somebody ready should things go awry. 1-0, and that is over the plate, called strike. Moore, who was with New Britain a couple of years ago and played with Chicago last summer. Pitch, it's up and in. The Chicago Dogs in the American Association. High Point got Luke Westfall from there as well. Pitch, it is over, I thought, but I guess Trackman didn't think so. 3-1.
And Revs fans should recognize the gentleman who manages Chicago, and that's Butch Hobson.
Indeed. Pitch from Steinfurt. Check swing, appeal to third. He went on what would have been a ball low, what would have been ball 4. Full count on Moore, who is the K-man tonight. Walked and scored in the first inning. And the payoff pitch. Swinging a drive to center field, line drive, it's down for a hit. Crawford plays it on a hop, and Logan Moore, who struggled with the bat back in 2019, but highly regarded for his defense, he is now off to a 4-for-11 start at the plate this season. One out base runner, and Edwin Arroyo, who had one of their only 2 hits in the first inning, and it drove in 2 runs. He'll dig in. First pitch, he swings and he pulls one. Diving stop, Nelly at first, throws in the dirt, it gets past Vasquez into left, and everybody's safe. Well, he made a great play diving to the backhand to get to it, tried to throw from his knees. It bounced and it got right past Vasquez, and it'll be a fielder's choice throwing error. And the Revs, for the 3rd consecutive game, have committed a second error already after playing error-free on opening night. He made a good play to get to it, but had time to make a good throw. Here's Jared Edmondson, and Steinfurt missing high with a fastball. Edmondson walked and scored in the first. 1-0. Fastball, strike called, down and on the outside corner. .72 pitches now. There's the 1-1. And a swing and a foul back up over the rooftop. Steinfurt fires and misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Edmondson playing for the first time since 2014. He played with for Jamie Keefe and Rockland. Pitch to him is swung on, popped up. Left side, it's Franco from third motoring in. Hill from behind the plate is out, and he's got it going up the third base line, backing up toward the field of play as he caught it. And I think they signaled that it was in foul ground. It was very close, but tough angle, and he stays with it for out number 2. Steinfurt trying to put up a 0 after a miserable first inning. And here is Giovanni Alfonso, who walked with the bases loaded in the first. First pitch, he swings and he drives one deep to left, but a little bit early, and yanks it foul right over the White Claw Terrace, quite possibly off the grounds. The 0-1, and a breaking ball dives away. Hill again is tested, and he is up to the task. Sliding over in front of it. Only visit for High Point this year. The Revs will make their first visit to High Point final couple days of June through July 1st. And then again in September, late September. 1-1. That's in the dirt. Hill again is down in front of it. And Steinfurt's next pitch will be his 80th.
High Point, the only team that just makes one visit. The other South Division teams will both make 2 at PeoplesBank Park.
Pitch, it is grounded toward the middle and a base hit into left center. Around third is Moore. He'll score to make it 8-0. And Alfonso with the RBI single drives in his second of the night, 4th of the series. First and second, and Cesar Trejo at the top of the order will have his 3rd trip to the plate in the first 2 innings tonight. He is struck out and walked with the bases loaded, both in the first. First pitch swinging, and a swing and a foul tip into Hill's mitt. Strike 1. The 0-1, and a swing and a drive deep, but foul in left. Home run distance, and you can tell off his bat that thing had backspin. That sailed upward, but he pulls it foul wide of the arch nemesis, thank goodness. 0-2. League leader in runs scored, coming in with 5 already. And the 2-strike pitch. He chased down and away in the dirt, went around on it. Hill blocks it, and that ends the inning. Steinfurt's second strikeout. Both have come against Trejo. 1 run scores in the inning on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning, 8-0, High Point leading.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Ray Jensen here, and I'm joined by a diehard Rebs fan who's agreed to donate their time to talk the upcoming York Revolution season. Sir, what do you think of people who say Rebs fans are not the best fans in the world?
You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
Ouch, but a fair comment. What would you say to all 120 York Revolution regular season games being broadcasted on radio?
Yeah.
Well, there's something we can all agree on. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, your home for the York Revolution.
Tee off this season on the best layout in Pennsylvania and experience Royal Manchester Golf Links, bringing you to the coast of the British Isles while never leaving your backyard. Our unique Pure Links layout in the rolling hills of York County gives golfers an experience like none other, featuring 18 pristine holes with picturesque views of the countryside and consistently ranked one of the top public courses in the state. Also offering outings and event bookings. Book your tee time today at 717-268-0490 or nab our online specials at royalmanchestergolflinks.com.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Eight 0 High Point leading. Rough start, to put it mildly. Carlos Franco leads off, home second. First pitch from Hensley is down low. They overshift on Franco, which once again is allowed. You can have 8 on one side if you want, as long as they're all in the dirt. Pitch to Franco, that's low. 2 balls and no strikes. He's off to a 1-for-8 start, but has driven in 2 and has walked 4 times, tied for the league's third most. As the next one misses low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Revs made some noise against Hensley in the first inning. The first 2 singled, but then he got a double play and another ground out after that. He deals, and it is over the plate, called strike.
That's really been the tail of the tape for the Revs offense. They start quickly and hot and then just kind of peter off in later parts of an inning or a game.
3-1. And a swing and a bouncing ball into the shift. Second baseman Arroyo goes to his right, got square to it, and sidearms to first for the out. Everything on the ground so far for Hensley tonight. It's time for This Date in York Baseball History, brought to you by the York County History Center with more than 90,000 artifacts highlighting nearly 300 years of York's impressive history. Your history starts here. For tickets and guided tours, visit us online at yorkhistorycenter.org. Memorial Day 2016, what we're looking at, as Josh Vitters takes low. Last time the Revs had a Memorial Day game at home, and in 13 innings, beat Somerset 6-5. Josh Wilson's RBI single was May 30th of that year. Pitch to Vitters. It is over at the knees for a strike. He is 2 for 10 with 2 runs driven in, which came in his first at bat of the year. As he lays off down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Rashad Crawford will be next. Two-1, and a swing and a dribbler foul down to Polo at third. I still can't tell who's up in York's bullpen. If I had to guess, we haven't seen Edward Paredes yet, so maybe this is a chance to get him in. Could be Vargas. He had an inning and 2/3 yesterday. 2-2. And a swing and a ground ball up the middle, base hit, Josh Vitters. Right over the bag and into center. Dead up the middle, and Vitters with his 3rd hit of the young season. Revs with their 3rd hit in the early going tonight. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, knock on wood, everybody good. And again, Darian Sanford's little scare yesterday turned out to be body cramping. Specifically, said both calves when he tried to steal that, but he did steal the base. Here's Rashad Crawford, and they overshift on him as well, as Hensley misses low, left on left. Pretty sure it's Paredes. I see Vargas walking behind Castro. Crawford, a comebacker. Hensley spears it. He throws to second, and they turn it to first with Russell intercepting it in front of his shortstop, who was also ready. And it did not cost them. It's a 1-5-3 double play. And that will end the inning. Actually, it's Brandon Fry who's coming in. I've just been wrong all night. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the third. It is 8-0 High Point.
Spring is in the air, and Harvey's Rental can get you prepared for what's ahead. With the biggest selection of steel products on the market, Harvey's Rental will get you set for your next home project. From lawn and garden equipment, pressure washers, post hole diggers, and more, Harvey's Rental has it all. Have a special get-together or graduation coming up? Harvey's Rental has what you need to make your party memorable. Visit them in person at 1409 South George Street in York or online at harveysrental.com.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Was it? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Head of the third inning, Brandon Fry takes over for the Revs. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And that also means that tonight's DH, Darian Sanford, will have the rest of the night off. So we start the third inning with James McOwen, Logan Morrison, Michael Russell coming up. Left, right, 2, 3, 4 in the order. And Fry, who pitched on opening night, scoreless 7th inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, but stranded 2. It looked like he might be a late inning, 7th inning type option. First pitch to McOwen is down low. However, he is the first to come in tonight, and it's very early. So we'll see if this is something where Mays tries to get him stretched out to maybe further his role. Here's the 1-0. And it's swinging a tap foul, first base side.
He is capable of going multiple innings. Sorry, Darryl.
Oh, it's okay.
35 appearances in the Atlantic League, going multiple innings.
Yeah. He's done it. He's coming off not an arm injury, but the knee surgery, which he got things cleaned up. The arm wasn't the problem. He deals. And it's down low. 2 balls and a strike. But the other thing, I mean, it might just be also as simple as they're going to have to use every reliever now the rest of the night. And with lefties coming up here, you're going to go to one of your lefties now. We'll see. As Fry misses down and away, 3-1.
And the Revs were due for a bullpen day with Sanabia going to be on short rest if he went normal schedule, but a little earlier than anticipated.
Yeah, tomorrow is Jake Welch in Gastonia. 3-1 pitch, and it is over, but apparently high. I gotta be honest, some of these, the first 2 days, I thought were called strikes. Like, did they tighten? Is TrackMan not as high tonight? Where did that one? Waiting for a refresh here on StatCast. And McOwen has walked all 3 times tonight. Here's Logan Morrison, who takes inside. a little high. Well, doesn't it look smaller on screen tonight? Did they adjust the thing? Here's a fastball. That was very high. 2-0. Morrison a single, a run, and a bases loaded walk, RBI. Here's the 2-0. And he swings, bounces it to second. Vitter's going toward the bag. Side hand flip to Vasquez. He turns the double play. 4-6-3 as the Revs turn their third double play here on the young season. Base is empty with 2 down.
And a credit to Vasquez and Vitters, was not the opening day intended double play partners, but that was the smoothest relay they have had all series.
Yeah, and they haven't even been able to get on the field to work together because it's rained and the tarp's been on for days. Here's Michael Russell, who takes just inside. But, alas, a delayed strike call. 0-1. Perhaps not inside after all. Russell, a sac fly and a pop-up tonight. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. He chased one cutting and running in off the plate. Good pitch from Fry. Looked like a strike out of his hand.
And back to Vasquez and Vitters was asked to play a position he's never really played before in professional ball, and Vasquez was maybe going to be a little bit of everywhere to start the year, but they've done as much as you can ask them.
0-2. And that misses down low. And, I mean, it's a league-wide thing. The day that the Revs lost Calixte, 2 other teams lost their projected starting shortstop. Fry, the 1-2. Swinging a little dribbler back to him. He waits, he gloves, and tosses over to first. Scoreless third inning. Leadoff walk, but he comes back with a double play and a ground ball back to himself. Go to the bottom half of the third, still an 8-0 High Point lead.
PeoplesBank is happy to sponsor the home of the York Revolution, PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, committed to helping their clients achieve their dreams and live confidently. That commitment continues at PeoplesBank Park, with Revs games, concerts, events, youth sports, and much more. We're proud to partner of the York Revolution, and we look forward to seeing you at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're your friends, family, and neighbors, and have been serving the community for over 90 years. Whether you need energy for your home or for your business, we've got you covered. We can help keep you comfortable with all your heating needs, from heating oil to propane, electricity to natural gas. And if something breaks, like your air conditioning or furnace, we have a team of HVAC experts ready to fix it so you can stay comfortable all year long. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY.
Need an excavating contractor for your upcoming project? Get it done locally and get it done right with Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating. Locally owned and in business since 2005, Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating is a small excavating and landscaping business offering demolition, excavating, landscaping, foundations, concrete, sewer and water hookups, lot clearing, welding, fabrication, and more. Located in Windsor at 30 North Blacksmith Avenue, Barnes & Barnes will get the job done right. Call Scott to schedule your project at 717-515-3495. That's 515-3495. Or email him at barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com. That's barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Eight 8-0 High Point. Revs trying to get this thing settled down. Brandon Fry scoreless top of the third inning, and Tyler Hill will lead things off. First pitch from Hensley is down and away. Hill is 1 for 4 so far. Started game 1 yesterday, had a pinch hit in game 2. And now starts again tonight. 1-0, and he swings, fouls it away. That's hit well. Line deep to right, but foul into the picnic area. And it is a 1-ball, 1-strike count. It'll be Hill, Vasquez, and Brandon Fry here this inning. 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball, jammed him off the thumbs to second. Arroyo comes up, sidearm sling to first. Retires Hill for out number 1. All 7 outs for Bryce Hensley have come on the ground tonight. And that'll bring up Vasquez, who to begin his pro career is 2 for 4 with 3 walks, and he is 5th in the Atlantic League in on-base percentage through his first 2 games played. And he looks at a first pitch strike from Hensley. Started on opening night, started game 1 yesterday, did not play in game 2. Pitch to him is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch, it is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ray, you're just willing to do anything, aren't you?
Oh, get some steps in.
As the next one misses down and away. Oh, no, it didn't. It's a called strike. Derek Moshe has taken to not actually giving the traditional strike sign, just holding the number of strikes up with his right hand. Here's the 2-2. Fastball toward the outside, and it just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And there's Brandon Fry waiting on deck with his flow under the helmet. Pitch is fouled back against the netting. We'll do it again. Look at him come out and get the foul ball, helping out the bat boy.
I almost didn't recognize Fry at the beginning of the year. I'm like, he's got way more hair than I remember him having in New Britain.
Yeah. Here's a fastball. It is a little bit low, and Vasquez is on again. It's the 4th walk that he's drawn. And the first issued by Hensley tonight. 1 out base runner for Fry, who looks like a hitter, doesn't he?
When you got hair like him, you can be anything you want.
This will be his first pro at bat. If you like National League Baseball, or some variation of it, this is for you. As Hensley delivers a first pitch strike at the knees. Sanford 1 for 1 finishes his night. There goes Vasquez, swing and a miss, inside, throw down to second. Vasquez is in. Head first slide. The throw bounced. Alfonso picked it neatly, but Vasquez had the hands in before the tag. The pitch might have been in off the plate, and Fry went after it. Maybe to help Vasquez steal as much as anything, make that throw a little tougher. Here's the 0-2, and a swing and a little tapper back to the mound. Hensley coming in front. He's got it, turns, makes the throw to first. And Vasquez has to stay at second base. 2 outs, and now all 8 outs have come on the ground for Hensley tonight.
Now batting right fielder number 15, Wellington Dotel.
Now Fry becomes the second Revs pitcher to bat this season. Eduardo Rivera struck out last night. And here's Dotel, who singled to right back in the first inning. Revs have 3 base hits. High Point has only 4, but they lead the game 8-0. Pitch to Dotel, a backdoor hook, and it's a called strike. Now the 0-1. Swing and a bouncing ball towards short. Alfonso up the middle, cuts it off, pumps, has time, and makes the throw to end the inning. 9 ground ball outs for Bryce Hensley through 3 innings tonight. Maybe he'll write a song about that. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We go to the 4th. Ray with the play-by-play. The Revs trailing 8-0.
I'm here with Kevin Smith from Smith Wealth Advisory Group of Janney Montgomery Scott, who was recently named by Forbes and the Financial Times as one of the best financial advisors not only in the state, but also in the country. Kevin, explain the meaning of your group's tagline, a wealth of knowledge about wealth.
We've built our reputation as one of the premier wealth advisors in the country for many reasons, not the least of which is our vast expertise about wealth in all its meanings and forms. Although traditionally wealth is viewed in a monetary context with all the challenges that entails, which we're fully equipped to address, true wealth has little to do with money. To me, being wealthy is more a state of mind centered upon happiness and contentment. It's memories and experiences with friends, family, and those you love. It's finding meaning and purpose, pursuing passions, chasing dreams, and embracing life for all it has to offer. That's the type of wealth our clients long for and that we help them achieve.
You've noted that your group is guided by a quote by Henry David Thoreau, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Tell me more about that.
It's so true. Being wealthy is really about experiencing the richness of life itself. When you think about it, it's not ultimately money that matters, but what money can do. We help our clients educate their children and grandchildren so that they can have promising futures. We help them retire comfortably, support worthwhile causes, and endow meaningful legacies. We help them age with dignity and so much more.
For all your financial planning, investment, and wealth management needs, contact Smith Wealth Advisory Group at 779-2769 or at smithwealthadvisory.com. Smith Wealth Advisory Group, helping you fully experience life. Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Welcoming you back to PeoplesBank Park as we begin the top of the fourth here in York, Pennsylvania. Ray Jensen here with you for the play-by-play for the next three innings. Wish the news was better score-wise. It's 8-0 High Point lead here on this salute to service night at PeoplesBank Park on this Memorial Day. Brandon Fry, he's a gamer, to grounding out just half inning ago for the second out in the bottom of the third. Back on for another inning of relief. Faced Jared Mitchell to leave off the fourth. First pitch. Misses in for ball one as Mitchell had to scooch back to get out of the way of that one. 1-0 count to start Mitchell. Third plate appearance already for Mitchell's evening on this Monday, even though the big first inning for High Point, scoring 7 times on just 2 hits. The 1-0. Took swing, but Mitchell pulled back. Pitches inside, down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes the count for Mitchell. Mitchell walking a run scored on the big 7-run first and a ground out to first baseman Nelly Rodriguez for the first out in the second. Lefty Fry is set, pivots in the 2-0. That's upstairs ball 3, 3 balls, no strikes. Steinfurt could not avoid the walk tonight, 8 walks for him. The single game high for the Revs pitching staff came back in 2019, April 27th, hosting Long Island here at PeoplesBank Park. 13 walks issued by Revs pitchers. A 3-0. Matt finds his own for strike one. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Mitchell knew it. For the lackadaisical hand motion by Derek Moshe. 3-1 the count it is for Mitchell. Open stance from the left side. 3-1. Swung on and missed by Mitchell for strike 2, and the count runs full. After falling behind him 3-0, Fry battles back. They get a full count. First called strike was just on the upper edge of the strike zone, and then on that 3-1 pitch, Fry left a little bit hanging, try to get Darren Mitchell to go get it. Payoff pitch, swung on by Mitchell on a drive to right field. Dotel going towards the corner, it's off the wall. Karam's off the wall, and Dotel has to go snag it right towards more center right field, and with a stand-up double is Jared Mitchell, and now hits his first hit of the season. Coming into tonight was 0 for 8. Was 0 for 9 following his second plate appearance, and now 1 of 10 with that leadoff double for the Rockers here in the fourth. So runner already in scoring position for the catcher Logan Moore if nobody out. He's already scored twice today, both from the first and second. He's the Rudders K-man of the game. See if we can give Moz sticks out to the fans here in this Memorial Day. Fry set at the waist as he looks back to Mitchell at second with a decent lead. Away from the infield cutout. And the first pitch. Ooh, it sailed over Moore's head and he had the duck over it. Or under it, I should say. And a wild pitch. Mitchell advances to third base. Now, the 9th run for High Point, just 90 feet away. I think for Fry, I think he just lost it on that first pitch to Moore. So it's 1-0 to start Logan Moore. Lefty on lefty matchup as Fry deals. Moore swings at the 1-0 offering, and he's popped up. As Vasquez has it, just goes inside the outfield grass for out number 1. Mitchell doesn't even dare to think to go to home plate on him. And recovering nicely on that missed grip first pitch from Fry, and he gets Moore to pop out for out number 1 here in the 4th. 1 out, 1 on for Edwin Arroyo. And he has come through in big scenarios for High Point here in the past couple days. 2-run base hit today, 2-run base hit yesterday, the doubleheader. Fry, first pitch to Arroyo. Swung on, he fouls it right off the screen, more towards the backstop as it takes a high carom and now lands just behind the Revs logo and the Atlantic League red, white, and blue script behind home plate. 0-1 the count to start Arroyo. Now a loose ball. We've got away from the Revs bullpen. Bullpen action ongoing for York. 0-1 the count, meanwhile, for Arroyo. Open stance from the right side against the lefty Fry. Fry deals the 0-1. That misses away for a ball. So need to count 1 ball and 1 strike. Arroyo now with 4 RBIs in the series with the 2-run base hit in the first. And the 1-1. Swung on by Arroyo. Now he's going to be falling to right center for a base hit. It will score Mitchell. Arroyo will hold himself at first. It's an RBI base hit for Edwin Arroyo. Now it's 3 RBIs here this afternoon. 5 in the series for the High Point second baseman. It's now 9-0 High Point.
Number 29, Jared Edmondson.
The hole the Revs found themselves in earlier in this game just got a little bit bigger. 9-0 the score as Jared Edmondson heads to the plate for a third time. 0 for 1 with a walk and pop out. Run at first and Arroyo, 1 out here in the 4th. Fry, first pitch. And just go a little high for a ball. 1 of the count to start Edmondson. 0 for 1 yesterday as he played just in game 1 of the doubleheader. If a walk worked in that game. Overall, coming into the night, 0 for 2 for walk and 2 strikeouts. The 1-0 swung on by Edmondson, just over the glove of Fry, but no worry, Vasquez is there. Throw to first, scatters away from the glove of Rodriguez, but it goes off the wall and caroms right back to the first baseman, preventing Arroyo from advancing, but they will give him a base on the error. So the out was recorded on Edmondson right in the glove of Vasquez, but on the throw from Vasquez at short past the glove of Rodriguez, they will give him a base. And 2, in fact.
Now batting shortstop number 1, Giovanni Alfonso.
The umpire's discretion, they can give 2 bases on an overthrow. So now Arroyo just 90 feet away from home plate. Giovanni Alfonso now batting. The first pitch from Fry. This is for ball 1. 1-0 the count to start Alfonso. Already have 2 RBIs in his Monday evening. Worked a bases loaded walk in the first and an RBI base hit in the second. Scored the only run of High Point's second inning. 1-0. And this is in for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes for Alfonso. Ice it at the waist, turns, deals the 2-0. Swung by Alfonso and a ground ball hopper right to Vasquez at short. Brings it in just short of the grass. Throws to Nelly Rodriguez and plenty of time to retire Alfonso and retire the side. But not till another run comes in for High Point on the RBI base hit from Edwin Arroyo. It's 9-0 Rockers as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at PeoplesBank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, one inning will be designated, and one name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Belle, the Beast, and the enchanted world of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Playing at the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater June 3rd through July 31st.
There goes the baker with his tray.
It's the classic tale you love when Belle meets the Beast, a young prince trapped under a spell with time running out for the curse to be broken. A show for the entire family. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater today at 717-898-1900 or visit DutchApple.com.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
On to the home half of the fourth inning here at PeoplesBank Park. Ray Jensen here with you on the call. A 9-0 lead for High Point. Revs have plenty of work to do still at the plate. We'll see what Melky Mesa, Nelly Rodriguez, and Carlos Franco can do against the High Point starting lefty Bryce Hensley. Mesa over 1 as he grounded into a 6-3 double play back in the first. First pitch. This is low and in for ball 1. 1-0 count to start Mesa. Mesa already a double and a triple on the season as the 1-0. Swung on by Melky and a ground ball to third base. Scooped up by Russell, throw across the diamond to first in time to beat Mesa by a step for out number 1. 1 down for York here in the fourth. Brings up Nelly Rodriguez for his second appearance. Nelly 0 for 1 as he grounded out to third base to end the first.
Now batting first base number 25, Nelly Rodriguez.
Nelly has been a tough out for High Point for the most part of this series. Coming into this evening's matchup, 5 for 9, home run, a couple doubles, 3 RBIs, 3 runs, 3 walks. He has it safely in all the first 3 York Revolution games. See if he can make it 4 in this trip as the first pitch misses away for a ball, 1 on the count. And imagine once Atlantic League pitchers get more and more familiar with Nelly Rodriguez, he'll get less pitches to hit. But I'm sure Nelly's accustomed to that. It's the 1-0. Check swing, no appeal. This is for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Pulled back just before. Now the 2-0 from Hensley. Swung on by Rodriguez, and he golf swings that one right into left center field for a base hit. Make it 4 games in a row. Nelly Rodriguez has hit safely to begin his York Revolution career. Nelly on safely with the base hit to left center. 1 out, 1 on for Carlos Franco. Franco hasn't got many hits to start his year, but he's been on base at a decent clip. 4 walks were coming into tonight's matchup. Got his 500th career RBI on a 2-run single in Game 1's doubleheader yesterday. Let's see if he can continue those good vibes before the first pitch. The ball gets away from the Revs bullpen, and Bryce Hensley, being a gentleman and a scholar, will come off the mound himself to throw it back to Alex Vargas. Caught that one. I don't think he's the one warming, though. So 1 on with Nelly Rodriguez, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Revs trying to break into a 9-0 deficit. The first pitch now from Hensley to Franco. Slides in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Delayed strike call from Moshe. 0-1 the count as Hensley starts off on the right foot against Franco. Franco open stance from the left side, and the lefty Hensley fires the 0-1. That catches the outer edge of the plate for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes the count as Hensley quickly ahead of Franco here 0-2.
Totals thus far, 9 Rockers runs on 6 hits, no errors. Rebs committed 3 errors in the field. They are no runs on 4 hits. The 0-2. Inside. As Franco had to eat back the hips a little bit, give himself some more space. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes for the Rebs' third baseman. Hensley fires the 1-2. Franco stays alive by just getting a piece, fouling it off towards the backstop. We'll do it again in a 1-2 count. Bryce Hensley was a 22nd round pick by the Kansas City Royals back in 2018. Pitched collegiately at UNC Greensboro is the 1-2. This low near the dirt for ball 2, and count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Franco. Hensley started his professional career at Single A Lexington, the South Atlantic League at the time, before, and of course the Legends part of the Atlantic League Professional Baseball. Made just 1 appearance though at Single A Lexington in his first professional season. Mostly played with the AZL Royals. He went 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA. 2-2. And that's a called strike 3. Just caught the outer edge of the plate in a very slow and trepidatious ring up by Derek Moshe. No matter which way you describe it, it's a strikeout for Hensley. That's his first strikeout of the evening. Brings up Franco on strike 3 for out number 2. Nelly Rodriguez still on with the 1-out single. Now it's up to Josh Vitters to try to keep the inning alive for York. Vitters reached safely on a base hit back in the second, but was cut down as part of a 1-5-3 double play hit into by Crawford a batter later. First pitch is low for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Hensley turns and fires. One of them skips in the dirt, but slowly rolls away from Moore. Rodriguez stays put at first. 2 balls, no strikes for Vitters, who's still sporting the batting gloves here in his second appearance. Typically we'd see him go with batting gloves in the first appearance at the plate and then afterwards go on bear paws. But I think mostly because he got the base hit back in the second. He's like, well, the gloves worked the first time. The 2-0. Swung on by Vitters, a ground ball. It goes right to second base. Arroyo has it in a hop. Throws over to first in time to retire Vitters and retire the side. So a 1-out single from Nelly Rodriguez, but nothing else for York in their bottom of the 4th. Through 4 innings here at PeoplesBank Park, it's 9-0 High Point. On to the 5th and more after this break on the Rebs Radio Network.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Off's Excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling if it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day. On your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants with a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
On to the fifth we go at PeoplesBank Park, which this news was better score-wise, 9-0 High Point lead as we enter the top of the fifth. New Revs pitcher in, and our pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts is Edward Paredes is making his 2021 Revs debut, but he is certainly no stranger here to York. Pitched for multiple seasons. This is his fourth season with York. Started in 2013, arrived later in that year, and then of course 14 and 15 before making his major league debut in July of 2017 with the LA Dodgers. The first pitch to leadoff batter Cesar Trejo in their first strike, 0-1 the count. Paredes ranking 6th all-time in Revs appearances, 5th in relief appearances at 131. This is his 132nd relief appearance, the 0-1. Slow and away for ball one, 1-1 the count. He's 8th in career ERA in York with a even 3 ERA lifetime, and has the 7 most relief wins in a Revs uniform at 9. Paredes has the signs from Hill. Ready at the waist, and the lefty deals. 1-1. Swung on by Trejo and fouled off third base side into the stands. And nice catch from a gentleman standing in the stairs, and he just kind of leapt up from his seat to his right to snag that one. Nice job, sir. That's a 1-ball, 2-strike count for Cesar Trejo. Trejo has an RBI. Bases loaded walk, working that big 7-inning first for High Point. Strikeouts his other times. Paredes set at the waist, fires the 1-2. And that just misses away and tad low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2019, Paredes was in spring training of Philadelphia. Then he returned to the Dodgers with AA Tulsa. And went to Oaxaca, the Mexican League, making 21 appearances there. 2-2. Misses for ball 3, and the count runs full for Trejo. Trejo giving Paredes a fight in his first appearance back on a mound since 2015 for York. When he made his debut in the major leagues for the Dodgers on July 24th, 2017, he earned the win of his scoreless 8th inning, becoming the 7th Dodgers reliever to win in a big league debut. First lefty since 1962. It's the payoff pitch, swung on by Trejo. And a fly ball to center field, and Crawford trying to dive and catch, cannot get there. It glances off the glove and rolls behind him. Dotel backs it up, and heading in with a double is Cesar Trejo. Crawford had to come in a little bit, and not sure if he had a poor read on it initially or not, but dove forward trying to make a spectacular play and just could not get there. So it's another extra base hit for Trejo in this series. That's his second extra base hit of this opening series. Got a home run in yesterday's doubleheader. So a tough luck double there against the Revs by Trejo. And it's Trejo at second, no one out for James McGowan, who has walked all 3 previous times he's gone to the plate tonight. First lefty-on-lefty matchup for Paredes' appearance. Goes back to first. Trejo fires the first pitch. Misses away. This scoots to the left of Hill, but able to snag it. 1 ball, no strikes to count. So on top of being the 7th Dodger reliever to win in their big league debut, he's the first Revs alum to win in their major league debut is Paredes. 1-0. That finds his own for strike 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on McGowan. McGowan with 3 walks already tonight. That's 5 for him in this series. Entered the evening with 2 in the opening series against York. Paredes, the 1-1 count. Goes back to Trejo at second. Down towards the plate. Lifts and fires. The 1-1. Miss inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now on McGowan. Paredes first arrived here in York back in 2013. Begun the season in Cleveland Indians organization with Akron. Went 9-6 with 3.0 average. His first 3 seasons of York, strikeouts came aplenty for him in 2015. 73 Ks in 57 innings. York in 2015, the 2-1. And this is in for ball 3, and it's at high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Paredes not happy with himself on that one. Paredes not wearing his number he typically had with York at number 19. That belongs now to who was tonight's starter, Austin Steinford. Paredes wearing 16 here in 2021 with York. 3-1 count, meanwhile, for McGowan. It's a 9-0 lead for High Point. Revs trying to prevent it from becoming larger. 3-1. That misses inside, ball 4, and it's a walk worked from McGowan, the 4th walk issued to him tonight.
Now batting first baseman number 7, Logan Morrison.
That's now 10 walks by Revs pitchers this evening. Fry had one in his 2-inning outing. He walked McGowan in the 3rd inning. Now Paredes walking McGowan in the 5th. It's at 10 walks issued by Revs staff tonight. So runner at first and second, still no one out here in the 5th for Logan Morrison. First pitch from Paredes. Slider goes down near the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count to start Morrison. Morrison, a base hit his first time up in the 1st, later scored in the inning and then worked a bases loaded walk. Later in the long frame, hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd. The 1-0. Swung on by Morrison and he's popped up. Looks playable in the infield. Franco has an eye on it, calls off everyone. He'll put it away for the first out here in the 5th. Franco caught it and stared right at Trejo, getting him back to the second base bag. Morrison out number 1 here in the 5th, brings up Michael Russell.
Now batting third baseman number 4, Michael Russell.
Russell, an RBI sac fly in the 1st inning in his first time up. Then was the final out of the frame as he popped up to Josh Vitters, ending the very long 1st inning. He grounded out back to the pitcher Fry at the time in the 3rd inning. Paredes with the signs on the first pitch to Russell. This is slightly above for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Paredes started his professional career originally signing with the Seattle Mariners in 2005. Spent 7 seasons in their organization, reaching as high as AAA Tacoma. He was on their 40-man roster from November 2009 to June 2011. It's the 1-0. That finds the zone for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Now for Michael Russell. He's a Northwest League All-Star in his 2nd professional season. 2007 as a starter, ranked number 1 in innings pitched at the time, tied for 3rd in wins, 4th in ERA. He also made his first AAA appearance in that year as the 1-1. Still waiting for ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. When he came to York in 2013, remember he had a lot of high velocity, but the control was touch and go. But through his 3 seasons here in York, 2013 to 15, got better and better with each passing season. Eventually culminated in his debut the Dodgers in the major leagues in 2017. 2-1. Swung on by Russell. Ground ball 3rd base side out of plays and head towards the wall. 2 balls, 2 strikes. His combined MLB totals for Paredes, he's made 25 total appearances in the major leagues. Spotless record of 3-0 with a 4.50 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts. He has just issued 2 walks in 16 major league innings. A bit of a pickle here for a runner at first and second with 1 out. 2-2 the count to Russell. Here's the pitch. Swung on by Russell. Ground ball foul once again 3rd base side. We'll do it once more to 2-2 count. Revs are able to keep High Point off the board in just the 3rd inning. They scored 7 times in the 1st, then once each in the 2nd and 4th. Trying to keep them off the board for just the 2nd inning thus far here in the 5th. They have a runner in scoring position of Trejo with a leadoff double. Just glancing off the glove of Crawford in center, who was trying to make a fantastic play on it, but just missed it. Russell ready with the 2-2 count, the open stance on the right. Paredes, the lefty, fires, and in the dirt, and it bounces away from the glove of Hill, and runners will advance. They'll call that a wild pitch. So on that wild pitch, McGowan goes to second. Trejo now just 90 feet away from home plate at 3rd. Both runners now in scoring position for a High Point of 1 out and a 3-2 count for Russell. Not a lot of quick at-bats for High Point hitters tonight. Feel like they've worked the count full way more often than not. Paredes set. Lifts and fires. Russell swung on and he hits it just foul again, third base side. He is not giving an inch against Paredes. He is putting up a fight against a lefty. Still a full count as we await the runners going back to their respective bases. McGowan to second, Trejo to third. After this, the Revs hit the road for 6 straight before their first off day of the season. Go to Gastonia for Tuesday-Thursday series. And now the payoff pitch from Paredes, swung on by Russell, and that's going to land for a base hit. Falls into left center field for a hit, and it's going to score a couple. Trejo will score. McGowan hustling around third. He will score as well. It's a 2-run double for Michael Russell, and this one has been blown wide open. It's now an 11-0 lead for the High Point Rockers, and this is looking awfully familiar back to Game 1 of the doubleheader on Sunday.
Now batting right fielder number 3, Jared Mitchell.
It's the third double of Russell's series. He got 2 in Game 2 of the Twin Bill yesterday. This one scores a couple runs. It's now 11-0 High Point. As of Jared Mitchell for his 4th appearance. Walk, ground out, and a double. 2 runs scored in his evening. There's a runner in scoring position as well, with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Lefty Paredes set, lifts the leg, fires. First pitch swung on by Mitchell and smokes it. Tracking towards right field, maybe playable for Dotel as he stops short of the foul line, and it is. He puts it away for out number 2. Initially off the bat of Mitchell, I thought it was going to go foul for sure, but Dotel with an excellent read on it, hustling in from the corner, and he got there. Just short of the foul line, put away by Dotel for out number 2, and it brings up Logan Moore. Moore, the catcher for High Point this evening. Walk, base hit, and a pop out. He scored twice. Moore formerly in the Philadelphia Phillies system. And at the time when he was in the Phillies system, could have been an answer for them at catcher, but they decided to go another direction. First pitch from Paredes to Moore, misses away for ball 1, the starting 1-0. Moore at the time, this 2015 season, 25 years old. He was in AAA for the first time in that year. Many thought he would be the next for sure starting catcher for Philadelphia, but they elected to sign JP Arancibia as the 1-0. Misses for ball 2. It's 2 balls, no strikes. This was, of course, before the Phillies snatched JT Realmuto from the Miami Marlins. Since those catching concerns have been allayed. But Moore kind of got the short end of the stick back in 2015. The 2-0 from Paredes. Swung on by Moore, ground ball. And it's foul first base side just to the right of the Revs dugout. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. So they continue on the earlier point of the upcoming road trip for the Revs, their first of the season. They'll hit Gastonia for 3 Tuesday through Thursday. Then we'll be back in the central PA area for a weekend series at Lancaster. In fact, will be the opening day or home opener opponent for Lancaster on Friday. Then the first off day of the season a week from tonight for York before we hit the road for 3 more. Waldorf, Maryland, Regency Furniture Stadium to face the Blue Crabs for 3 before finally returning home on June 11th to face the Ducks. The 2-1. Swung on by Moore, and he's popped up, high pop up, but not far. Tracking in just a tad. Crawford now goes to his right, put it away, and that will retire the side. But not until 2 more runs come in for High Point, courtesy of the RBI 2-run double, for Michael Russell. It's 11-0 High Point. Back at the bottom of the 5th after this on the Revs Radio Network.
Suffering from chronic pain, anxiety, or insomnia? CBD Supply MD York has the solution for you. Natural alternatives to pain relief while combating high prescription prices and deductibles. Our products are high quality, organic, and third-party tested. Family owned and operated, CBD Supply MD York is community and family oriented and the most trusted source and supplier of the highest quality Delta 8 and CBD products, including oils, ointments, vapes, gummies, and pet treats. Call us at 817-1097. That's 817-1097. Or stop in and see us at 3923 East Market Street in York. CBD Supply MD York, your quality CBD supply in York.
Get ready to crush your goals. Join Crunch Fitness now for $1 and memberships starting at $10.99 a month. At Crunch, you get more of what you want. You can run, you can lift, you can train, you can jump, squat, lunge, dance, and hit it with us. And at Crunch, an obsession with so fresh and so clean means you can feel confident getting a safe workout. Join Crunch today and get 1 month free. Use code RADIO to claim your free month at crunch.com. That's the code RADIO at checkout to get 1 free month at crunch.com.
Come see why Jack GM Volvo has been York County's trusted new and used car dealer for over 50 years. In need of service for your vehicle? Get a free PA state inspection when you mention promo code REVS Baseball. 9 brands and 4 convenient locations. For more information and details, visit gmvolvo.com.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Home half of the fifth here at PeoplesBank Park. Ray Jensen with you. The Revs find themselves in a little larger hole than they did in the bottom of the fourth. It's now an 11-0 High Point lead. Rashad Crawford will lead things off in the fifth. Shows bunt on the first pitch. Pulls back as the pitch from Hensley is low for a ball. Going to count to start Crawford. It'll be Rashad Crawford, Tyler Hill, and Chris Vasquez. The 3 Revs hitters due up here in the fifth. The 1-0 from Hensley. Missed inside on Crawford, the lefty, for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Crawford in the top of the fifth tried to make a diving stop on a leadoff double from Cesar Trejo, but just missed it. 2-0, fouled off by Crawford for strike 1, 2-1 to count. Later put away the final out of the inning of a fly ball hit by Logan Moore to end the frame, but 2 more runs crossed for High Point on 2 hits. Michael Russell collecting his 3rd double and scored the 2 runs, Trejo and McGowan. 2-1 misses for ball 3. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Now on the center fielder, Crawford, playing center field for the first time as a Rev, played right field in the last 3 games for York. The 3-1, swung on by Crawford, he fouls it off third base side, looks playable into the stands for somebody, but it lands right behind into a seat. Everyone good. We already saw a fantastic catch just a half inning ago near the hot corner. It's a fan sitting just a couple of rows below the White Claw Terrace made a nice catch. Now full count now for Crawford, meanwhile, at the plate. Payoff pitch. Swung on by Crawford, a ground ball towards first, scooped by Morrison, and racing to the bag is Crawford, and he will beat the relay to Bryce Hensley. Crawford able to leg out a hit. Morrison had to field it to his right. It was a bit farther, I think, than he anticipated, and Hensley tried to hustle over there as much as he could. But Crawford, he has some speed, and able to leg out an infield hit. It's the 5th hit for York's evening. Crawford on with no one out. Let's see what Tyler Hill can do with a runner on. Tyler grounded out for the first out, and the 3rd his last time up. Ready with the all-black bat from the right side. Lefty Hensley lifts the right leg and fires. The first pitch swung on by Hill and trickling towards shallow center field. Might drop for a hit, and it does! Back-to-back singles from the Revs. An infield hit from Crawford, and now a bloop single to center from Tyler Hill. We got something cooking here in the 5th. Runners at first and second, still no one out for the shortstop, Chris Vasquez.
Now batting shortstop number 21, Chris Vasquez.
Vasquez worked a walk back in the 3rd inning, stole second, and then reached 3rd and a ground out from Brandon Fry back in the 3rd, but was stranded there at the end of the inning. Not a ton of base runners for York. They've only left 3 on. Hensley looks back to second with Crawford. Now the pitch. Is low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Wise to pay Crawford attention is Hensley, as Crawford can steal. Already has a stolen base in this series. Got that in Game 2 yesterday of the Twin Bill. 1-0. Vasquez takes it low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Crawford in 643 career games, 119 stolen bases prior to beginning this 2021 season as a Rev. Good lead from second from Crawford to the 2-0. Swung on by Vasquez, and he fouls it off slightly to the left of the plate for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1, the count for Vasquez. Vasquez 2 for 4 entering tonight. 3 walks. Run and a stolen base. Has shown great patience at the plate early on. 2-1. Swung on by Vasquez, dragging towards right field, but looks playable for Mitchell. He will take it. And no one advances on the fly out to right field from Vasquez. Gave it a ride, but Mitchell had a good read on it. And with the clamor toward it, and out number 1. Paredes, where this would be his appearance, as Sanford was pulled after Steinford went only 2 innings. Fry batted in the 3rd, but they will elect now to pinch hit for Paredes here in the 5th. Edwin Figuera will pinch hit here in the 5th for York. Figuera 2 for 5 in the series, double and an RBI. Played both games of the doubleheader. Started in Game 2, made a pinch hitter appearance in Game 1. Got a base hit in the latter part of the first game. Enzo looked to second of Crawford. Now the first pitch to Figueroa. Swung on and a ground ball to short. Alfonso has it. Go over to Arroyo, and covering second is in time. And throw to Morrison, that is in time as well. And they complete the inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. And back-to-back singles from Crawford and Hill wasted on the 6-4-3 double play hit into by Figueroa, and that will retire the side. 11-0 lead still for High Point as we head to the 6th.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you. You want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Planting a tree, putting in a mailbox, whatever your project, Columbia Gas reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Well, the Revs are able to get back-to-back base hits to start the bottom of the 5th, but a 6-4-3 double play erased those pretty much as the York Revolution was kept off the board for a 5th straight inning by High Point's defense. But let's see what Alex Vargas can do on the mound for York. Another pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Let's see if he can keep High Point off the board for the first time since the 3rd here in the 6th. He will face with the Rockers order Edwin Arroyo, Jared Edmondson, and Giovanni Alfonso, 7, 8, 9 hitters of their order. Last saw Alex Vargas on May 30th against the High Point Rockers. 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. came in inheriting 3 runners, and they all scored. His 5th pro season, first in the Atlantic League. First pitch to Arroyo, fouled off third base side out of play. Looked like a fan tried to get it on a hop with the glove, but it just bounced out. Tough luck. Starts Arroyo 0-1. Vargas pitched in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Vargas lifts and fires the 0-1. Swung by Arroyo. Fly ball towards shallow center. Crawford coming in, as well as Vasquez, and it drops beyond the outstretched glove of Vasquez for a hit. Another single for Arroyo. That's now 3 hits on his evening. A 2-run base hit in the first, and got a RBI single in the 4th, and now a bloop single here in the 6th. And that just seems to happen again and again against the Revs in this series. Pitchers are able to get soft contact against high point hitters, but the ball just tends to fall on the grass. Just tough luck all around. Arroyo on at first to the leadoff base hit. Jared Edmondson swings at the first pitch and grounds at the second. Vitters turns to his right, and in time to get the lead runner out at second, but not in time to make a relay back to first to get Edmondson in a fielder's choice. Out goes 4-6. Good play from Vitters, had the spin quickly, looked at first, but elected to get the lead runner out, and Vasquez right there to complete that relay. Out number 1 is Arroyo at second on the fielder's choice. Edmond stands at first with it. So Edmondson on at first, 1 out, Giovanni Alfonso. RBI walk, bases loaded. And RBI base hit in the second. First pitch from Vargas to this appearance, his 4th. And there for strike 1, 0 the count. Alfonso successfully retired for the first time back in the 4th on a 6-3 ground out that ended the 4th inning. Vargas a quick look over the first at Edmondson. Now set at the waist. Lifts and fires. 0-1. Swung on and missed. That fastball topping off at 94 on the gun. 0-2 the count. Vargas bringing the heat. The 0-2. That just misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Vargas used to play shortstop before converting to a pitcher. Was drafted in the 39th round of the 2015 draft by the Houston Astros at Monroe Community College as a shortstop, but elected to not sign. The 1-2 from Vargas. Just low and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Instead, he elected to go to Quinnipiac University. Played his high school baseball at Calhoun High School in New York. All-state, a member of the Long Island Class AA championship team while at Calhoun. He stole a school record 40 bases in 1 season as a shortstop. The 2-2 from Vargas. Dips away for ball 3, and it's, actually not. Pardon me. Selling Alex short here. It's a strikeout of Giovanni Alfonso. Just saw Moshe lift up, and I thought, oh, it's a ball, but then he raised the right hand. So it's a strikeout of Alfonso by Vargas. Out number 2 here in the 6th. Back to the top of the order, Cesar Trejo making his 5th trip, to the plate. 2 strikeouts, a bases loaded walk worked, and a double and a run scored for his night. First pitch strike from Vargas. Now after that first pitch, Vargas calling for some attention. And I don't know if maybe he pulled something, and regardless of the situation, he is called for the skipper Mark Mason and athletic trainer Megan Haas. Now stepping gingerly off the mound is Vargas, and Mason Megan approach him, and it looks like he's favoring his right arm. I'm going to speculate on the possible injury, but I thought Vargas was throwing some gas and looking really good. And the first pitch strike to Trejo, maybe he pulled something. Still discussing it with Mason Megan. It looks like he will step off, and that will be the end of his evening. A shocking turn of events for sure. As after giving up a leadoff hit to Arroyo, he got Edmondson to a fielder's choice and then struck out Alfonso for out number 2. But his night is done and he's headed to the clubhouse. So the new Revs pitcher is in, another reliever and another Maple Donuts pitching change. We'll take a quick break and tell you about the new Revs hurler after this break on the Revs Radio Network.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make our communities great, and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey business owners, don't miss your opportunity to reach and meet local job seekers during the 2021 York Hiring Fair. In partnership with the York Revolution, Sports Radio 98.9, and York Cooperative Job Fair, the York Hiring Fair will be held at PeoplesBank Park on June 17th. Recruitment campaigns include radio advertising, social media, web, and in-person connections on the day of the event. Deadline to enter is June 1st. Space is limited. Register online today at yceapa.org.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you as we are still in the top of the 6th here at PeoplesBank Park, an 11-0 High Point lead. A very strange turn of events as Alex Vargas, who'd begun the 6th inning, allowed a leadoff hit to Edwin Arroyo, got Jared Edmondson to hit into a fielder's choice to get Arroyo out at second, and then struck out Giovanni Alfonso looking for out number 2, but then after throwing a first pitch strike to Cesar Trejo, believed maybe pulled something in his right arm, called for Megan Haas and Mark Mason to come out, and his evening is done. And a new pitcher in for the Revolution and another Maple Donuts pitching change, and it's one Eduardo Rivera. I haven't seen him for back-to-back days, as we saw him back in Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. First pitch to Cesar Trejo for an 0-1 count. It's inside a little high for ball 1, 1-1 the count, had the forced Trejo out of the box for a tad. Trejo already back in now for the 1-1. Rivera has the sign and deals the 1-1. Swung on by Trejo, broken bat, and ground ball to shortstop. Vasquez throw to first in time. Rodriguez puts on the stretch just a bit and enough to get the relay from Vasquez and retire the side. So Rivera able to get Trejo on 2 pitches, and that will end the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the frame here at PeoplesBank Park. 11-0 High Point lead.
The 1741 Club is here. You in? PeoplesBank Park introduces a revolution in hospitality in York. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. Now open on the skybox level of PeoplesBank Park, the 1741 Club features stylish design and contemporary decor, all-inclusive food and beverages, and totally flexible ticket purchase options. The hottest spot in York is the place to entertain and thank customers, reward employees, celebrate family occasions, or simply treat yourself to an all-inclusive experience at the ballpark. Nightly menus include enhanced classics and a rotation of special offerings, and house selections of draft beer and wine and a full range of non-alcoholic beverages are included in the ticket price. 1741 Club tickets are available for individual purchase through 3 levels of membership or as season tickets, and they can be used for any of the York Revolution's home games based on availability. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. You in? Details and pricing at 1741club.com.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants of a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the sixth here at PeoplesBank Park. Ray Jensen with you. Wish the score was a little better. 11-0 High Point lead. Revs with just 6 hits, no runs. And the first pitch to Wellington Dotel from Bryce Hensley here in the sixth is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to start Dotel. Dotel 1 of 2 with a base hit and a ground out. Dotel meanwhile calling for time. Revs able to keep High Point off the board in the sixth. That was the first time they were able to do so since the third inning tonight. 7 runs in the first for High Point. That was the most of their damage. 0-1. Swung on by Dotel and tracking towards shallow right field. A couple of rockers coming together, and Arroyo can't get it in shallow right. Glances off the glove and towards Mitchell. Dotel there of a double, and the relay back from the outfield almost cost them another base. Dotel with a stand-up double to lead things off here in the sixth. That's exactly what the Revs needed to energize something. They're able to get back-to-back singles to lead off the fifth, but a 6-4-3 double play ended that threat. But a runner in scoring position already on just 1 hit here in the sixth. It's the 7th hit of the Revs Monday evening. Dotel with the double. His first extra base hit of the year for Dotel. He stands at second with the double, and now Melky Mesa swings at the first pitch from Hensley and misses for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Just noticed a defensive substitution as J.R.D. Sarcina has checked in. And while a ball gets loose from the Revs bullpen, it's happened a couple times tonight, and Hensley once again long tossing it over. It's quite a throw from Hensley, I'll give him that. So far for Hensley in this start, 5 innings plus, 7 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Has kept it on the ground for the most part. The 0-1 from Hensley. Swung on and missed by Mesa for strike 2. Moves the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Melky 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the first and grounded out in the fourth. This is the most to this point that the Rockers have contained him in this series, but been pretty good in the first 3 games of the year. 0-2. Swung on and missed by Mesa, and he's down on strikes for out number 1 here in the sixth. Just the second strikeout for Hensley in his outing tonight. Got Franco looking for the second out in the fourth last time. That's his first swinging strikeout of the night. Let's see what Nelson Rodriguez can do here in the sixth. 1 of 2 tonight is Nelly. Ground out and a base hit with 1 out in the fourth. Now hit safely in the first 4 games of the Revolution season. Let's see if he can produce the first run for York here in this Monday night game. Hensley looks back to Dotel at second. First pitch swung on and missed by Rodriguez for strike 1. 0-1 the count to start Rodriguez. So the Revs hit the road for a 6-game road trip. Off day Monday and then 3 more. Come back to PeoplesBank Park. It'll be 12 straight home games in the smack dab middle of June, broken up by a couple of off days, but we'll be here for plenty of dates in June here at PeoplesBank Park. Hensley looks back to second, the 0-1. This is upstairs for ball 1. It's 1-1 the count on Rodriguez. Love to see you here. Tickets are available for the upcoming homestand. Best way to get it, most convenient way is YorkRevolution.com, of course. You can call 717-801-HITS or visit in person at the Shipley Energy ticket office. 1-1. And catches his own for strike 2. It's 1-2 the count for Rodriguez. We'll face Long Island, then Lancaster, Lexington, and Southern Maryland in the upcoming 12 games. 1-2 the count for the Revs first baseman. Hensley turns and fires. 1-2, swung on and missed by Rodriguez. And after having only 1 strikeout through his first 4 innings, back-to-back strikeouts for Hensley here in the sixth. Got Mesa swinging, now Rodriguez swinging to Hensley. Dotel still at second with his leadoff double, and it's up to Carlos Franco. Try to keep the bottom of the sixth alive for York. 0 for 2 for ground out and strikeout is Franco. So far, York has not done exceptionally well at the plate against the first 2 lefties they've seen under the starting rotation this year. First pitch from Hensley. This is in and low for a ball, 1 of the count to start Franco. Westfall struck out 10 Revolution batters in Game 1 Sunday. And now Hensley here has been equally effective as Westfall, just through different methods. Apparently not the strikeout numbers as much, just 3 strikeouts. 1-0. This is for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now on Franco. No alarm bells ringing just yet, in my opinion. It's still early. Forget that the Revs were swept by Long Island in the opening series back in 2019. They finished pretty strong in the second half. 2-0. Swung on by Franco and a fly ball toward right field. An old drop in front of Mitchell for a base hit. Rounding third and heading towards home is Dotel, and he will get there standing, beating the throw for the first run of the game for York. Then Moore trying to escape and get the throw over to the infield, and Franco sliding in feet first, and he's hurt. Oh my goodness, he slid in hard, and he is down in visible pain. And after we already saw Vargas exit the game with an arm injury, this is the last thing York needs. Welcoming back Darrell Henry into the booth, and Darrell, the Revs have scored their first run of this game, but my goodness, at what cost?
Yeah, I can't believe what I just saw. It was the throw home should not have been made. They had no chance to get Dotel at the plate. Mitchell threw home anyway, so Franco saw that, made the right play, and took off for second. And Logan Moore trying to throw out Franco at second. I think the throw hit him in the hand as he went in sliding with his hands. You know, you naturally have them up a little bit, and I think the throw, from the naked eye looking at it from here, hit him right in the hand as he went sliding in. He was in serious pain. I hope the hand isn't broken, for goodness sakes. And meanwhile, it looks like Alfonso was banged up on it as well and is leaving.
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't either.
Eyes were on Franco, who still stands at second. Certainly taking that relay from behind the plate from Moore off his hands and still in there, looks like. Certainly made it tougher stuff than you or I, my friend.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do with Alfonso.
I'd be looking for a hug.
Probably more than a hug. Give me an ice pack, please.
They're going to have a bunch of changes here.
There's like a bunch of people moving around indeed. Meanwhile, it's an 11-1 ball game as the Revs able to plate their first run on the RBI base hit. Carlos Franco brings up Josh Vitters with Franco on at second with 2 outs in the frame. Hensley looks the second, fires the first pitch to Vitters, fouls it off first base side as it rolls toward to the left of the Revs dugout, starting 0-1. Vitters' base hit back in the second was cut down in a double play and then ground out to end the fourth. Officially scored an RBI base hit for Franco and advances on the throw. As the 0-1 misses for a ball, it's 1-1 to count for Vitters. 1-1 the count as the lefty Hensley fires. 1-1. Just getting a piece of it near the end of the bat as Vitters fouling it off first base side out of play. Moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I know for sure that's a new right fielder for High Point, but they made a bevy of changes with the departure of Alonso.
Good luck, official scorers.
We'll get you those changes as soon as we have them. As the 1-2. Swung on and missed by Vitters, and the side is retired, and Hensley, working around a double and RBI base hit, strikes out the side to end the bottom of the sixth. But the Revs do play to run on the RBI single from Carlos Franco to scores Dotel off his leadoff double. It's 11-1 after 6 innings. Heading into the seventh, Darrell Henry takes you the rest of the way on the Revs Radio Network.
You get in your car, and you start your car. You put the car in gear, and you go nowhere.
What the?
Because your transmission has failed, or you try and put it in gear and it makes an awful grinding noise, or you put it in gear and take off, but when it's time for the transmission to shift, the RPMs just go higher, but you aren't gaining any speed.
Dang it!
Now you've heard of the good-looking genius and the crew at Broadway Transmission, right here on the radio. But now all you have to do is go to www.broadwaytrans.com to arrange a tow right from the website, and in a flash, your vehicle is on its way to the recovery, and with the best tracked warranty in the industry. Easy financing, free towing with repairs, AAA authorized, and the most recommended family-owned transmission shop around since 1951.
Broadway Transmission will get your shift together and stand behind it too. Visit us on the web at broadwaytrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
I felt like my well-being was tied to the morning stock numbers. I wanted to invest, but grew tired of the stress of potential losing it all. A friend of mine suggested I talk to Tom Dasher about a fixed index annuity that could be a stable option while still seeing potential growth. Tom has been helping folks here in York County for over 30 years. Give him a call at 717-487-2096 to see if he can assist you.
New FM signal, new website. Visit us online at 989WOYK.com and take us on the go. Download the new WOYK app today.
Start the seventh, 11-1. High Point leads it. And Eduardo Rivera will stay in. He came in for the injured Alex Vargas last inning. Stays in. He winds. He fires. First pitch to James McGowan is inside, perhaps. Rivera only needed 2 pitches to get the final out as he gets McGowan to swing through the next one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And certainly when you first come in after an injury situation, as he fires in a swing and a dribbler foul behind home, the natural inclination is to try to get ready quickly and not make everybody wait. You are entitled to as much time as you need.
Base number 7, Josh Fitters, and at second base, number 4, Edwin Figueroa.
Nope. Here's the wind, the pitch. And a breaking ball. It is just outside. Rivera thought he had him struck out. Andrew Dundon making his Revs debut at second base. Vitters moves from second to third. Now the 2-2. And a curveball. It is right down the middle. And finally, strike 3 called. Had to wait for TrackMan to let him know. And there's one down here in the 7th inning. McGowan retired for the first time tonight after reaching on 4 walks. That is a true outcome lover's dream. 4 walks and a strikeout. Carlos Franco heading upstairs. He is going to get some ice on that hand. He did stay in to run. And Logan Morrison lays off a ball low, but back to Rivera, the natural inclination to try to get ready as fast as you can. You don't want to rush, though, and put yourself at risk. He fires and misses high. So at any rate, as soon as he got that broken bat ground out to end the 6th, went right back to the bullpen, threw a little bit more. Now time was asked for right as Rivera was ready to wind up. Two balls, no strikes, and he fires. Breaking ball in the dirt. Went breaking ball there, figuring Lomo would probably be sitting dead red on 2-0. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Pitch, and it is a called strike down and on the inside corner. Now Franco, I would assume, getting some ice on that after being hit by the throw. I don't know if you can expect him to play tomorrow or not. Pitch, that is inside, got a piece of Hill or maybe Derek Moshe, and ricochets over toward the Revs dugout. That ball's live. I don't know if Hill didn't realize it was ball 4. As he heads over to pick up, Morrison was taking his time unhooking all the gear. Did get a piece of Moshe.
Now batting for the Rockers, third baseman number 5, Gary DiSarcina Jr.
It's the 11th walk issued by Revs pitching tonight. And here is Gary DiSarcina Jr., or I'm sorry, J.R. DiSarcina, as he's listed on the roster. His dad, Gary. And the first pitch, breaking ball, that's down and away. Now, he came in to play third base, giving Russell the rest of the night off. Then he had to move to short with all the changes they had last inning. They actually brought Trejo in from center to third, Mitchell from right to center. 1-0. That is outside. DiSarcina from third to short when Alfonso had to exit, and I didn't see what happened to him. I saw Franco get hit on what looked like the hand with that throw, but I didn't see what happened to Alfonso on that same play. Now the 2-0 pitch, swinging a foul tip, back into the netting. And then they put Joe Johnson into the game in right field. So with their shortstop leaving, that brought about a lot of changes. 1 on, 1 out here. Rivera fires, and DiSarcina started, tried to stop, could not. He went around as they checked down at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's been a disaster tonight. Alex Vargas having to leave with a throwing arm problem. Hope for the best there. Here's the pitch, and a check on a ball in the dirt. It ricochets away. Batter is out. It goes all the way toward the third base dugout. And Morrison will move up on a strikeout wild pitch. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
That's another strikeout for the kids, brought to you by PSECU.
I can't remember a night where as much went wrong as this. 2 players leaving with some sort of health issue. Now here's Mitchell, who's 1 for 3, double, 2 runs, walk, steal. Rivera sets, fires. First pitch is down and in. Hills had to move a lot tonight. Had to slide over in front of that one. High Point, an 11-1 lead here in the 7th inning, and that pitch was somehow called a strike. Oh my goodness. Hill's reaction looked like it was maybe going to bounce past him. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball at 90, 0-2. Maybe they were set up away. The ball was down and in, so it might have been an over-exaggerated slide over from Hill. Looking at StatCast, it was a lot closer than it looked from up here. 0-2, breaking ball, lined the other way. It's a base hit to left, toward the line. Morrison around third. He'll score. Mesa with the throw into second. Mitchell slides in. Has an RBI double, his second double tonight. And it is 12-1 here in the 7th inning. The Revs held him to 0 for 8 the first 3 games, even though he did have 3 walks. And High Point's going to head out of here with some pretty good-looking offensive numbers after being shut down on opening night. Here is Logan Moore, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, a walk. First pitch swinging, got jammed and pops it up. And it's Vitters at third, and straddling the line, makes the play, coming back over into fair territory to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left. And it's stretch time here at PeoplesBank Park, 12-1, High Point on top.
Many ancient cultures believed our feet to be the source of well-being. In fact, from the moment humankind first stood upright, our feet have been our most fundamental connection with the earth. At Flying Feet, we strive to strengthen that connection with a selection of summer footwear that are fashionably appealing, orthopedically correct, and most importantly, comfortable.
Flying Feet.
Since we introduced them, OOFOS has been the hottest brand of thongs, slides, and clogs on the market. Lightweight and fashionable, OOF foam technology absorbs 37% more impact than traditional foam footwear materials. Less stress on your feet and joints means OOFOS all-day comfort. Now Flying Feet introduces New Sole. These American-made thongs and slides are soft, lightweight, and super comfortable. Their supportive footbed addresses a variety of foot ailments. New soles are especially good for water fun as they float, are non-porous, and slip-resistant. See all of the men's and women's styles available for your summer fun at Flying Feet.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue behind Domino's Pizza, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Head to the bottom of the 7th, 12-1. High Point leading this one. Hensley's night is done. What a first start for him. Right-hander Isaac Sanchez is on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Hensley, 6 innings, 1 run, scattering 8 hits. He walked 1, struck out 4, 84 pitches, 52 strikes, 32 balls. Their bullpen in 10 innings so far has not allowed an earned run. And Rebs hitting just 162 against their bullpen. Sanchez makes his second appearance. We saw him on opening night. Allowed an infield hit to Vasquez and then retired the next 3. Scoreless inning. Rashad Crawford will lead off. First pitch is, wait for it, outside. Crawford 1 for 2 tonight. A 1-0 and a swing and a foul tip back. The Rockers will overshift him. 3 infielders to the right of second. The wind and the 1-1. And it is a called strike. Sinker on the inside part of the plate. 1-2, even though Derek Moshe says it's 2-1. Sanchez deals, and a swing and a tap foul, first base side. Tyler Hill and Chris Vasquez do this inning as well. The pitch, and a swing and a miss. Took some off, sinker down and away, it looked like. And got Crawford to extend the zone, 1 down.
Now batting catcher number 23, Tyler Hill.
Rebs baseball brought to you in part by Wolf's Bus Lines, Penn State York, and by Highmark Health. Here is Tyler Hill, who's 1 for 2. Picked up his second hit of the season last time up. First pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball. I took your game notes, Ray. Sorry. It's the 0-1. Swinging a little nubber to the right of home plate. Sanchez, who got to Double-A with Seattle, had been in the Frontier League most recently. 3 years in that circuit. Fires and dumps it in the dirt. He had originally signed with the Pirates out of the Dominican Republic back in 2010. Born in New York, but grew up in the DR. .28-year-old, he kicks and fires and bounced it up there, 2-2. High point 12, York 1 here in the 7th inning. Two, swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. And back-to-back strikeouts for Sanchez here in the 7th. Got Crawford to extend low. He got Hill to climb up high. Now with 2 down, Chris Vasquez to the plate. Tonight 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. First pitch, it is taken low for ball 1. Nine in a row on the road starting tomorrow night. As the next one is a hair high. Oh, nope, called strike. Beg your pardon. One, and that misses outside. First of 3 at Gastonia tomorrow. We will be on all 3 nights at 6:30. Then back in our area in Lancaster Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Off day next Monday, then at Southern Maryland. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a foul tip. Off Moore's mitt and back to the backstop. Eduardo Rivera, he's going to become a hitter yet. He's on deck again. Batted yesterday. Pitch to Vasquez is low. And it's 3-2. Here's some fireworks somewhere here in York. Sanchez has struck out the first 2 this inning. Full count on Vasquez with 2 outs. Base is empty. He deals. And it runs in and missed. So a walk, and Vasquez is on his 2nd walk tonight and 5th through his first 3 games played.
Now batting number 39, Eduardo Rivera.
A look elsewhere around the league, brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Southern Maryland winning at West Virginia earlier, 8-5. So those 2 teams both 2-2. Long Island has swept Lexington in a doubleheader, 4-3 and 5-2. So the Ducks tie Lancaster at the top of the North, 3-1. And here's Rivera, big swing and a miss. Struck out yesterday. He gets to bat again now. And the next one is swung on and tipped foul. Got a piece of Moore. And then bounded in front of the plate. 2 strikes. He is the first Revs pitcher to get 2 ABs. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Slider had him reaching. And Sanchez strikes out the side in the 7th. No runs, no hits, one man left. We'll go to the 8th tonight. 12-1 High Point.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Tee off this season on the best layout in Pennsylvania and experience Royal Manchester Golf Links, bringing you to the coast of the British Isles while never leaving your backyard. Our unique Pure Links layout in the rolling hills of York County gives golfers an experience like none other, featuring 18 pristine holes with picturesque views of the countryside and consistently ranked one of the top public courses in the state. Also offering outings and event bookings. Book your tee time today at 717-268-0490 or nab our online specials at RoyalManchesterGolfLinks.com.
Can't get enough of the birds? Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from The Athletic Baltimore. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball and the birds every Monday at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 8th, Bobby Rossman takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Now, the only other position player that the Revs have on the bench that could have batted last inning was Carlos Castro. And Mace really hates to put the other catcher into a game just in case anything happens to his starter behind the plate. So that's why they let Rivera hit, even though he had gone an inning and a third to that point. 2 1/3 yesterday and was not going to stay in for this inning. So it's Rossman either for 2 or it'll be Bubby for this one and then give Fuller an inning in the 9th. 12-1, High Point leading. Revs Baseball brought to you by Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital. Fast Signs. Sheets. My lunch was also brought to you by Sheets. Encompass Health and Performance Food Service. Edwin Arroyo will lead things off. 3 for 4, 3 RBIs tonight. And Rossman's first pitch since the opener. Fastball, it is close. Ball 1, 94. He was mid-90s in the cold, damp air here on Saturday night. Scoreless 8th with 2 Ks. He fires and misses high on that one. He really had an eye-opening debut the other night. Now, Mace brought him up on our pregame the next day before we even asked. Here's the 2-0 and a swing on a ground ball pulled foul down beyond first. He's got good career numbers. 9 saves in his career, 3.36 ERA. And looks like he could certainly be a late inning gun for this team. And now the 2-1. Fastball, it is low and in. Rossman, who originally was drafted by the Dodgers, 22nd round in 2014. Spent his first 3 seasons in their system, reaching high A. Now sets and fires, and a swing and a miss, and Arroyo goes down to a knee as he spun out on that swing. 3-2. Bobby, who's from La Habra, California. There's the payoff pitch, swinging a high fly, left center, not deep. Crawford coasts over, Mesa there as well. Rashad will call and catch it. Playing in center tonight. And there's one away here in the 8th. Well, fans, every Sunday at PeoplesBank Park is a Sunday Fun Day presented by Wise Markets. Join us for pregame catch in the field, bark in the park, and postgame kids run the bases. For tickets, visit YorkRevolution.com. Revs will be back home Friday, June 11th, Saturday the 12th, Sunday the 13th, and beyond. That 3-game series against Long Island kicks off a 12-game homestand. Here's Sanchez, the pitcher, who will bat, and he takes a first pitch strike. He is the second High Point pitcher, other than Joe Johnson, who's a two-way guy, to bat this weekend. 0-1, and a check on a high slider, appeal to first. He did go around on it. Is into the spot vacated by the DH Jared Edmondson. Nothing in 2. Rossman, who's always from the stretch, fires home, and a fastball. It is a called third strike. 96 on the outside corner. Although there's a little light on the scoreboard that's kind of going out, or on the video board. That might have been 98 even. It was one or the other. And Rossman has 3 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 so far this year, 3 of his 5 outs. Here is Joe Johnson. First pitch swinging late, shoots a foul upstairs as it pinballs down out of the upper deck. And it is 0-1. First at bat tonight for Johnson. He came into play right field with that host of moves in the 6th inning. The 0-1, and a swing and a foul back into the upper deck again. The Revs, when those moves were made, Franco had to leave, and assuming that they put ice on his hand, and that could maybe keep swelling down so that maybe he could play tomorrow. He did stay in to run, but I don't know if the Revs will have him tomorrow or not. 0-2, and a breaking ball sits a little high. And Meg is back in the dugout, so I would think get ice on it, and that's hopefully all there was to it. Vargas, on the other hand, worried that might be a little more severe. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Fastball at 95. 1-2-3, 8th inning with 2 more strikeouts for Bobby Rossman. Very impressive in his first 2 outings this season. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Revs still trailing the Rockers 12-1.
Spring is in the air, and Harvey's Rental can get you prepared for what's ahead. With the biggest selection of steel products on the market, Harvey's Rental will get you set for your next home project. From lawn and garden equipment, pressure washers, post hole diggers, and more, Harvey's Rental has it all. Have a special get-together or graduation coming up? Harvey's Rental has what you need to make your party memorable. Visit them in person at 1409 South George Street in York or online at harveysrental.com.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
We here at Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK are thinking about expanding our programming, so let me bounce some ideas off of you. How about we air some Southern Maryland Blue Crabs games?
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
How about the Long Island Ducks?
It could be anything really, but that is horrible.
How about the Barnstormers?
To replace it with anything would be horrible, but this stuff is even worse than horrible.
Okay, we get it. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, your home for the York Revolution.
You're on York's home for Sixers basketball. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
2,044 our attendance tonight as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 12-1. High Point, CJ Farias goes in to play first base. Jamie Keefe has gotten pretty creative with his bench use tonight. Here's Wellington Dotel. He takes a strike from Sanchez. At least I think he did. Derek Moshe looked to the side, didn't really raise a hand. No, it was a ball. There's the 1-0. And a ground ball, deep short. DiSarcina backhands. The runaway throw is on target but late. And Dotel legs it out. It's an infield hit. 3 for 4 night for Wellington, who not DHing tonight, finally gets to stay in to see the end of a game.
Now batting left fielder number 29, Melky Mesa.
The Revs have their first 3-hit game by one of their batters this season. And here is Melky Mesa. The hit totals are 10-9 in favor of High Point. Pretty close. Mesa 0 for 3 tonight. And the first pitch is a fastball, tails inside. I believe the next time we're home, I'm pretty sure 12-game homestand ties the longest ever. It's the 1-0. That is off the plate away. A 9-game road trip might be right up there too. Notwithstanding that 35 away from home that we played to start the franchise, although some of those were neutral site home games, or the 6 or 7 in Sugar Land followed by a playoff series there. As Mesa looks at a strike. 2-1 the count. Farias was holding Dotel, and his veteran teammates told him, no, play off the bag. It's an 11-run lead. He's not going anywhere. There's the 2-1. And a fastball. That's over for a strike. Evens things up. Two. That's down in the dirt. Sanchez, 6'2" righty. As we said, born in the Bronx, grew up in the DR. Now the 3-2. And it is high, and high enough to be ball 4. Melky rather was looking back, hoping he wasn't going to be rung up on that, and he was right. It was out of the strike zone. So the first 2 have reached. I noticed that High Point's bullpen depth-wise decreased by one today because they announced that Cooper Cassad would start in their game Wednesday against Lancaster. Mitch Atkins in the home opener tomorrow. He is pitching at home now, right near High Point, where he grew up, as Nelly looks at a breaking ball away. And he'll start their home opener against Lancaster tomorrow. Cassad on Wednesday. Of course, the doubleheader would have had Stem back short as well, as Nelly grounds one through. That's a base hit left field. Bases loaded, no outs. And Rodriguez 2 for 4 tonight. Got it off the end of the bat, but finds the opening past DeSarcina's diving try.
Now batting number 6, Andrew Dundon.
And loaded for Andrew Dundon in his first Revolution at bat. He was signed Saturday, officially put pen to paper at 2 p.m., 4.5 hours before the opener, and makes his debut now. Lincoln Park, New Jersey native, and his 7th pro season. First pitch is over for a strike. 4-year starter at Marshall University, and then began his career in the Can-Am League. Moved to the Frontier, then an all-star in the United Shore League in 2018. Back to the Can-Am in 19 as he lays off up high, and it's a ball and a strike. And from Jersey, he played with New Jersey in the Can-Am and also played in their pop-up league last summer, the AABC. Hit .444 there. The stretch from Sanchez, the pitch, breaking ball, and it is on the outside corner, strike. 1-2 on Dundon. Sports number 6 for the Revs. And everybody now has been in except for Jake Welch. There's the 1-2. That's in the dirt, and Moore deadens it. He is solid as a rock behind home plate. He's gotten beaten up a little bit in this opening series as well. 12-1 High Point, bottom of the 8th. Revs trying to put a dent in it. Now the 2-2. And it is just low. Good eye. They were down 11-0 in Game 1 yesterday and rallied in the final inning to make it an 11-4 final. Now the stretch and the 3-2. Swinging a foul tip, just stayed alive. Got a piece of Moore ricocheting back. Josh Vitters on deck. Another 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Fastball in under his hands, gets Dundon swinging. Isaac Sanchez, all 4 outs that he's had have been on strikeouts.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Josh Vitters.
8 batters faced, 2 have put it in play. He's walked 2, struck out 4. There have been 2 singles. They do have bullpen activity. He is now up to 36 pitches. Here's Vitters, who's 1 for 3. First offering, that is over the middle, strike. Vitters now has hit safely in 3 of the first 4 games. Here's the 0-1. And a sinker, it is just low. Each team with 10 hits. 9 of York's 10 have been singles tonight. Pitch. Oh, swinging a broken bat flare in front of the mound. Sanchez flips home. Throw down to first. It's a 1-2-3 double play. And the Revs do not score after loading the bases with no outs. Vitters had the bat splinter and a little punch back in front of the mound. They flipped home. And I'm not sure if he slowed down thinking there wouldn't be a throw to first, but they had time to complete the double play. And for the second time this weekend, the Revs have had bases loaded, no outs, and have not been able to score. We go to the ninth, 12-1 High Point.
PeoplesBank is happy to sponsor the home of the York Revolution, PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, committed to helping their clients achieve their dreams and live confidently. That commitment continues at PeoplesBank Park, with Revs games, concerts, events, youth sports, and much more. We're proud to partner of the York Revolution, and we look forward to seeing you at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're your friends, family, and neighbors, and have been serving the community for over 90 years. Whether you need energy for your home or for your business, we've got you covered. We can help keep you comfortable with all your heating needs, from heating oil to propane, electricity to natural gas. And if something breaks, like your air conditioning or furnace, we have a team of HVAC experts ready to fix it, so you can stay comfortable all year long. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY.
Need an excavating contractor for your upcoming project? Get it done locally and get it done right with Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating. Locally owned and in business since 2005, Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating is a small excavating and landscaping business offering demolition, excavating, landscaping, foundations, concrete, sewer and water hookups, lot clearing, welding, fabrication, and more. Located in Windsor at 30 North Blacksmith Avenue, Barnes & Barnes will get the job done right. Call Scott to schedule your project at 717-515-3495. That's 515-3495. Or email him at barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com. That's barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Pace right now. Head of the ninth inning, Jim Fuller takes over. 12-1 High Point. And first pitch to Trejo at the top of the order is on the outside corner for a strike. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts.
This afternoon is brought to you by Apple Outdoor.
By the way, that last double play that High Point turned, that is their fourth of the night. The 0-1, swinging a tap foul, third base side. Team record for most double plays grounded into in a game is 5. Rockers with 4 turned tonight. Trejo 1 for 4, double and a run. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and it sails high and wide, goes to the backstop. Fuller's second outing, he is the closer, had a save 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out on opening night. Now the 1-2, and a swing and a miss in the dirt. Hill deadens it, and he will tag out Trejo for out number 1. Fuller has struck out 3 of the first 4 that he's faced this season.
Another strikeout for all the kids, brought to you by PSECU, making the nation to Children's Miracle Network.
Steinfurt tonight only went 2, but other than...
Now batting left fielder number 36, James McGowan.
I mean, other than guys that pitched yesterday and that they wanted to avoid today, I would think Rivera would be maybe Vargas would be the two you'd point to there. Everybody else kind of needed work still. It's early in the year. They've had no time hardly. Here's McGowan, who takes inside, and Derek Moshe was jumping away. Thought that one was headed right into his chest. A 1-0. And that missed the plate in. McGowan, 4 walks and a strikeout tonight. The 2-0 pitch, swings and grounds it, second base, and Dundon bobbles, picks it up, throw to first, is in time to recover. Has first chance, and like Mace said earlier tonight, some of the new guys are, I mean, I'm not going to say they've been sitting around, but the saying is right in off the couch. They haven't been playing anywhere. I'm sure they've been working out, but haven't had a chance to get any work in until pregame today with the weather this week, the double header yesterday. Here's CJ Farias, his first at bat tonight, and he tried to check on a breaking ball in the dirt, did not go on the appeal. Now the 1-0. And swinging a high fly, right field. Dotel racing toward the line, and it lands foul down in the Revs bullpen area. The Revs tonight will fall to 10-15 all time against High Point. It gave them some problems back in 2019. 9-12 that year. It was the 1-1 pitch. That is in the dirt. Fuller the pitch, swinging a tap foul over toward their third base dugout. By the way, Gastonia will be throwing the first 3, and 2 of them very familiar to us. They've got Alexis Candelaria tomorrow, their opening day starter. They had the off day today. Pitch is lined, center field, and it's down. It'll squirt on through. It's a base hit. It's off the end of the bat and flared to the back of the infield dirt, and it crawls its way into shallow center before Vasquez could run it down. Farias, who yesterday had his first pro hit, he is now 3 for 6. What a start. Here is DiSarcina. And Fuller delivers, and a swing and a well-struck ball to deep left center field, and it is one hop and off the LED lights. Farias at third is being pointed home. No relay. He scores. It's an RBI double and a 13-1 High Point lead. Jumped on the first pitch and got one up, and he timed it.
Now batting number 3, Jared Mitchell.
Well, Rossman and Fuller both looking pretty sharp until Farias chips that little flare off the end of the bat, and DiSarcina follows by jumping on the first one. Here's Jared Mitchell, who takes a strike outside corner. Fuller, who in New Britain in 2019 had an ERA barely over 1, is tagged with his first run allowed this year. Here's the 0-1, and it crossed uphill and bounces off of him over toward the first base side. Fuller will cover, And DeSarcina advances to third on the pass ball. Now, apparently it was a strike. Count 0-2. But yeah, in Gastonia after Candelaria tomorrow, the Revs will face Jay Goss on Wednesday and Highland Piguero on Thursday. Piguero at 40 years old, starting for the Honey Hunters. There's the 0-2. Had a swing and a foul tip off Hill, off his glove. There's some interesting pitching matchups in that series, to say the least. Revs going with Welch in his season debut tomorrow. Bell on Wednesday. Sanabia on Thursday. Fuller set, and the pitch. It is swung on, launched high in the air, deep right. Dotel toward the corner. And into the corner, catches it. Out of our view, it was deep, but didn't quite have enough distance, and just over in foul ground. It comes down into Wellington's glove. Inning over. 1 run scores, 2 hits, 1 man left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th, 13-1 High Point.
I'm here with Kevin Smith from Smith Wealth Advisory Group of Janney Montgomery Scott, who was recently named by Forbes and the Financial Times as one of the best financial advisors not only in the state, but also in the country. Kevin, explain the meaning of your group's tagline, a wealth of knowledge about wealth.
We've built our reputation as one of the premier wealth advisors in the country for many reasons, not the least of which is our vast expertise about wealth in all its meanings and forms. Although traditionally wealth is viewed in a monetary context with all the challenges that entails, which we're fully equipped to address, true wealth has little to do with money. To me, being wealthy is more a state of mind centered upon happiness and contentment. It's memories and experiences with friends, family, and those you love. It's finding meaning and purpose, pursuing passions, chasing dreams, and embracing life for all it has to offer. That's the type of wealth our clients long for and that we help them achieve.
You've noted that your group is guided by a quote by Henry David Thoreau, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Tell me more about that.
It's so true. Being wealthy is really about experiencing the richness of life itself. When you think about it, it's not ultimately money that matters, but what money can do. We help our clients educate their children and grandchildren so that they can have promising futures. We help them retire comfortably, support worthwhile causes, and endow meaningful legacies. We help them age with dignity and so much more.
For all your financial planning, investment, and wealth management needs, contact Smith Wealth Advisory Group at 779-2769 or at smithwealthadvisory.com. Smith Wealth Advisory Group, helping you fully experience life. Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 9th, Kyle Halbon is in for High Point. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. This will be his second appearance of the year. Rashad Crawford leads things off. First pitch, fastball. It's a strike at the knees. Halbon was in on Saturday in the opener. Scoreless 5th inning. 1 walk, 1 strikeout in that game. The 0-1, that's high and away. They overshift Crawford. 3 infielders to the right of second. 1 for 3 on his night. Pitch, swings and fouls it against the screen. Now, High Point will bus home after this game and host Lancaster in their home opener tomorrow. Revs will get on the bus at 6 in the morning and head to Gastonia. On the pitch, it's low, changeup missing. Get there in time to go through another round of COVID testing tomorrow. And then suit it up. There's the 2-2 pitch. That's down and in. Fastball, 3-2. Even though a large percentage of the Revs roster is already fully vaxxed, they will still all swab their noses tomorrow. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball gets Crawford. And that is out number 1 here in the 9th. Now, all 3 nights will be on at 6:30. The first pitches in the Charlotte area are 6:50. Tomorrow night we'll have part 2 of our feature with Sandy De Leon on the pregame. Revs bullpen coach. Here's Tyler Hill. First offering, fastball over for a strike. And Sandy, of course, we kind of set the scene tonight. In part 1 of the interview, worked as a nurse on the front lines of COVID in New York City last year. As Hill swings and misses, 2 strikes. Right now he's back at one natural spot, coaching at first base, but a natural in the trauma room as well. Here's a check on a slider low, appeal to first. He did not go. Hill started toward first, just in case, trying to avoid Moore's tag, but P.J. McConville said, save the effort, it was a ball. Tyler 1 for 3 in the game. Now Halban delivers, and a swing and a miss. Fastball at 93. This is his second year with High Point. As back-to-back strikeouts, and Revs down to their final out here tonight. Halban was with High Point in 2019, but also Chicago that year, with Butch in the American Association, and was their closer, had 14 saves for the Dogs. Here's Chris Vasquez. Fastball misses high. Vasquez tonight 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a steal. The only steal for the Revs tonight, our Harvey's Rental steal of the game back in the 3rd inning. The 1-0. Fastball up and away. And visit Harvey's at 1409 South George Street for all your steel power equipment needs. Harvey's Rental, the most to rent under one roof. Carlos Castro has a bat on deck. Here's the 2-0. Fastball, it is low. Pitcher's spot is due next. The 3-0. And it's low, and Vasquez walks for the 3rd time tonight. That is his 6th walk in 3 games played. That'll put him right near the top of the league in that department.
Now batting number 33, Carlos Castro.
And here is Castro to pinch hit. Now Mace will get all 3 position players off the bench in tonight. He really is hesitant to double switch or do anything with his backup catcher, whoever it is, on a given night, but I doubt they're going to score 12 with 2 outs here and be back in the field as Castro takes the first pitch strike. And Carlos, to start the year, 1 for 6, does have 2 RBIs so far. Now the 0-1, swing and a miss, high fastball. Revs down to their final strike tonight. Almost everything from Hensley the first 5 innings was put in play. Then he struck out the side in the 6th. Sanchez did in the 7th. Halbon is trying to here in the 9th. Here's the 0-2, and he dumped it in the dirt. Now the first 15 outs tonight, only 1 strikeout. The last 11 outs, 9 strikeouts. Pitch, swing and a pop-up, foul ground. Moore coming back toward the screen and out of room. That lands in the seats. And we'll do it again. Dotel just tried to do a tongue pop into our field mic, but the joke's on him. The battery's dead. So, nice try. Maybe next time. See, I told you. Anything that could go wrong tonight did. Even the battery died. Now the pitch. Swing and it's fouled off. Right side and out of play. But there will be nights like this. I just hate the fact that, I mean, it already felt like everything was going wrong, and then 2 guys get hurt. And you want to speculate from here. I mean, Franco, you figure, get ice on it. Hopefully he's fine. Vargas, I would be a little concerned about. Pitch to Castro is rolled over to short. DeSarcina's got it. Fires to first. Oh, man, close. Game is over. Castro hustling all the way, and he lunged hard for the bag. Got to tip your cap to him, going as hard as he can down 12, but I was afraid he was going to tumble over the bag. That'd be the last thing you'd need. Would be for him to get shaken up here at the end of the game. But High Point wins it. 13-1 is your final tonight. Stay tuned. Post-game show is coming up next.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at PeoplesBank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Belle, the Beast, and the enchanted world of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Playing at the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater June 3rd through July 31st.
There goes the baker with his tray.
It's the classic tale you love when Belle meets the Beast. A young prince trapped under a spell with time running out for the curse to be broken. A show for the entire family. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater today at 717-898-1900 or visit DutchApple.com.
New FM signal, new website. Visit us online at 989WOYK.com and take us on the go. Download the new WOYK app today.
Revs fall tonight, 13-1 is your final score. Darrell Henry, Ray Jensen back with you post-game from PeoplesBank Park. Revs, who won the opener here on Saturday night, have dropped their 3rd straight, 1-3, as they head out on the road for the next 9, covering the next 10 days. And we recap things here tonight. Revs were never in this one, unfortunately. High Point scored 7 times in the first inning here tonight on just 2 hits and 8 walks. Austin Steinford just could not find the strike zone. I'm sure a helpless feeling to be in that situation. And a 60-pitch first inning, and High Point had the big lead. They added 1 more on an Alfonso RBI single in the 2nd. and then scored in the fourth off Brandon Fry, who went 2 innings, 1 run. It was an Edwin Arroyo RBI single. 2 more in the 5th inning on a Russell double. That made it 11-0 for the second straight day. They had an 11-0 lead in Game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. And the Revs finally got on the board in the 6th. Bryce Hensley, who through the first 5 innings had recorded, of course, 15 outs. 14 of those came on ground balls, including 3 double plays. He had just 1 strikeout through 5. In the 6th, the Revs scored off of him on a Carlos Franco RBI single, but Hensley in that inning also struck out the side to finish off his outing. And on that play, Franco trying to advance to second on the throw home, which he did, but Logan Moore's relay down to second hit him in the hand as he went in sliding. He stayed in to finish the inning on the bases, but left the game after the inning when he would have been going out to play defense, and hopefully it was just as simple as them figuring get him out of the game. The game's out of hand, get ice on it now, and try to prevent swelling to get him back on the field as quickly as possible, and hopefully they can use his services tomorrow. But we'll know in about 20 hours or so. But High Point adding a run in the 7th on a Mitchell double, 1 more in the 9th on a D. Sarcina double. And it was all Rockers tonight, 13-1. Bunch of strikeouts over the final 4 innings for the High Point pitching staff. We mentioned Hensley striking out the side in the 6th. Sanchez did the same in the 7th. And then in the 8th inning, he had 1 more strikeout with a double play, which happened to be the 4th double play that they turned tonight. That was another big number in their favor in this game. 4 double plays that they turned. And in the 9th inning, Halbon 2 strikeouts and a ground out to finish it. So the Revs will look to regroup on the road and head to Gastonia tomorrow, who's also 1-3 after Lancaster won the first 3 at Caramount Health Park. The Honey Hunters did win in 10 innings yesterday, and they had the day off today. But we'll get our first look, our first of 2 visits to Gastonia beginning tomorrow. 13-1 is the final tonight. Stay tuned. We'll take a look at the scores from elsewhere and wrap things up for you when we come back.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Off's Excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling if it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day. On your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants of a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs fall tonight, 13-1 is your final score as the Rockers take it to them Here, the last 3 games after York won the opener. Game 2 yesterday was the one that kind of hurt the most. That was a winnable game, close, couple mistakes, and you might be looking at a split here these first 4, but instead it's a High Point series win, 3 out of 4, despite York taking the opener back on Saturday night. Take a look at Around the League, brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Earlier today, Southern Maryland winning 8-5 in West Virginia. The Blue Crabs 2-2, so are the Power. Long Island, a doubleheader sweep of Lexington, 4-3 and 5-2 at Fairfield Properties Ballpark in Central Islip. So the Ducks and Barnstormers tied at the top of the North Division at 3-1. Lexington is 1-3, tied at the bottom of the South with Gastonia. And of course, High Point 3-1. They are leading the South Division through 4 games this weekend. Those are the Atlantic League scores tonight. Get you some Major League scores on this Memorial Day Monday. First of all, the Sixers are down 3, and we are a Sixers affiliate many nights. They are down 3. A minute to go in the 4th quarter in Washington, leading the series 3-0. 115-112 the score, and Joel Embiid left the game in the first quarter after falling hard early in that game, has not returned. Now it's a 6-point Wizards lead with 27.3 seconds to go as they try to force a Game 5. Major League Baseball scores, bottom of the 5th inning. Royals lead the Pirates 3-2. Dodgers with Trevor Bauer on the mound tonight lead the Cardinals 2-0 early. That's in the 3rd inning tonight in L.A. Mets and Diamondbacks scoreless early in Arizona. Orioles fell for the 14th consecutive game, 3-2 in 10 innings today at home to the Twins. The Rays win for the 16th time in the last 17 as former Atlantic Leaguer Rich Hill got the win for Tampa Bay 3-1 at New York over the Yankees. And Rich Hill finished the month of May with the lowest ERA in a month in 75 years for a pitcher in his 40s. I'm not sure exactly what the number was, but it was obviously a great month, and he puts himself in some obscure history books. The Brewers walked off the Tigers 3-2 in 10, and that is Milwaukee's 5th straight win. Phillies lose in Cincinnati 11-1. The Cubs beat the Padres 7-2 as Javier Baez hit a couple of home runs. Patrick Wisdom hit 2 home runs as well. The White Sox in 8 innings win 8-6 in Cleveland. I guess that one was halted early. Oh no, that was a doubleheader. I'm sorry. That was extra innings, winning it in 8-6 in Cleveland. The Astros beat the Red Sox 11-2. Giants over the Angels 6-1 was the final. Mariners in 10 edged the A's 6-5. Braves beat the Nationals 5-3, and the second game of that doubleheader in Cleveland went to the Indians 3-1. That was the final in that one, so that was a split in Cleveland earlier today. And that is a look around the Atlantic League and the Major Leagues, brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Well, the final in our game tonight, High Point 13, York 1. And your totals in this one for the Rockers, 13 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 10 left on base. For the Revs, 1 run, 10 hits, 3 errors, they leave 9. Bryce Hensley the winner, first decision of the year. Austin Steinfurt the loss in his first start. Time of the game, 3 hours, 11 minutes, and played in front of 2,044 here on Memorial Day evening at PeoplesBank Park. So the Revs will get on the bus at 6 in the morning and head to Gastonia to open the road trip. First of 3 tomorrow night. Will be on at 6:30 for the pregame with part 2 and the bulk of that conversation with Sandy De Leon. So tune in tomorrow night for that, and a really interesting behind-the-scenes look at what it was like for one of our own to be on the front lines fighting COVID in New York City, ground zero basically in the United States at the time last year, and Sandy was part of it. So we'll hear from him on pregame tomorrow. 6:30 is our airtime. 6:50 first pitch as Jake Welch goes up against Alexis Candelaria tomorrow night in North Carolina. Also, our Coatman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game here tonight, we'll go with Hensley, who went 6 innings, 1 run in the win, got all those ground ball outs. Had a huge lead before he even towed the rubber, but he made it stand up as High Point wins it 13-1. Ray, you'll be back with me in Lancaster this weekend. Looking forward to that. And a great opener on Saturday night, a tough 3 games since, but this will happen to any team, and I know it was ugly at times, but first live action for a lot of these guys in the better part of 2 years, so get back at it on the road and get some positive things going. I just hope the injury situations aren't too bad.
Yeah, couldn't agree more there, Daryl. Just concerned, of course, for Franco and Vargas and hope the best for them. And for the Revs and their performance on the field, it's not the most ideal in the past 3 games, but I like the bright signs we saw in the opener here on Saturday. And there were some bright spots in the 3 games since. Just need the runs to come a little more consistently, and once pitchers get more settled in, especially in the starting rotation, I expect good things for York. And we've always played Lancaster tough, so I'm certainly looking forward to that series at Clipper Magazine Stadium starting on Friday.
Absolutely. Well, the road trip starts tomorrow. Again, 6:30, our airtime from Gastonia. Hope you can join us then. Until then, for Ray Jensen in the booth with me, Daryl Henry saying so long from PeoplesBank Park. Again, the final score, High Point 13, York 1. We thank you for listening. Have a great remainder of your Memorial Day evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night, 6:30, our pregame time, right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and